Hello, board members. How we doing this? Fine, fine. Sunday afternoon. Well, I hope. As it is Puzzle Sunday, we're going to be jumping back into the world of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. And we can talk about last week here on Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. We basically have now proven that that the master thief who hired us, whose wife hired us to defend him in court, was not the one at the crime, but it was in fact someone else. But that's only because the master thief was at a meeting with someone else who got murdered. And the reason they were claiming they were actually there is to have an alibi against the murder for the theft instead. But, so, basically, he wanted an alibi against his attempted, at being charged with murder, so he pretended to turn himself in for the theft, so he was in a different place at the same time. We proved he wasn't there, and we proved he was at the meeting. So, as such, the detective who was accusing him of being of attempting to arrest him while he was doing that, we then proved was actually him in disguise. The problem with that is now we have evidence to believe that he was also at the murder scene at the same time. That both of them were there, and the third person who was murdered in the same moment. So things have just keep getting weirder and weirder and more complicated. Overall, I would say. Alright, but let us continue and see where this is actually taking us. It looks like this is our last one. I think we're going into part 3 of this trial at this point. October 14th, 12:14 p.m., District Court Defendant Lobby, number 4. My sis? Oh yeah, that's right. Mia showed up right at the end of the last trial to give us some kind of grand inspiration. We don't know where that's going exactly yet. I have a weird feeling that the people who created this, I feel like there's a non-zero chance that they're kind of kicking themselves in the butt for writing Mia out of this already. And because she's such an interesting character. And then they got rid of her with literally, like, basically the first thing they did in the first module. So now they have to keep coming up with excuses on why she's coming back to help. My sis? I could have sworn I heard Mia's voice. So then she's still alive. Inside your heart? Nicky boy? Oh, Miss Delight. Is it true that detective is the real killer? To be honest, we don't have any definitive proof. But he's the only one who could have done it. He's the only one who could have done it. Alright. But wasn't he at Lordy Taylor that night? Not to mention, we don't exactly know his motive. I mean, why would Detective Atme want to kill Kane Bullard? Oops, it's almost time. Better get back to the courtroom. I need to find some solid proof. And it's gotta happen sooner rather than later. October 14th, 12:21 p.m., District Court, courtroom number 6. Again. Now then, this court is back in session. I'm still pretty sure the guy we're presiding against, the guy with the face mask, still feel like that's gonna turn out to be the cowboy detective guy from the second one. Now then, this court is in session. Mr. Luke Atme, please take the stand. Now, the evidence that proves he might have been there to do the killing is also why he decided to confess that he is actually his own arch nemesis great thief and turned himself in for stealing the sacred jewel as his alibi for the murder. Well, how do you do, Sir Lawyer? Stop it, I hate that. I never would have thought to see you acting so recklessly. I couldn't let them hand down your verdict just yet. Not when it would have given you your perfect alibi. An alibi by the name of Mask Star Damask. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I, the great Luke-a-me, has no idea what you mean. Of course, I have been in the next courtroom ever since 10 o'clock this morning. I'm afraid there's no way I could have known what's been going on in here. You've been in the defendant's seat all day long, correct? Being tried as masked star to mask? Indeed, it's truly child's play to fool the ignorant masses. Not only did the poor fools ask me to protect their valuables, they even gave me a generous reward upon returning their own property to them. Take this red diamond ring that sparkles upon my divine finger, for example. So you continue to insist that you are, in fact, masked star to mask. Oh, of course. Very well then, look at me. Let us begin with a simple question. On October 12th at 1 a.m., Kane Bullard was murdered. Where were you at the time? One without knowledge lacks even the knowledge that he should be ashamed of himself. Okay, that's actually not the dumbest thing he's ever said. It's just a really odd way of phrasing it, I think. I think that's what's throwing that off for me. But don't worry, I will not hold it against you, Sir Judge. Thanks? Oh, God, this guy with his coffee. Alright, Mr. Atme, the night of the murder, speak. We're all ears. As you wish, Sir Prosecutor. The alibi. Okay. I was stealing the urn as masked star to mask, just as I announced I would. I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job. A photograph contains no words, but in this case, no one turned out to be my witness. Wait. A photograph contains no words, but in this case, one turned out to be my witness. Okay, that makes more sense. The time at which the camera captured masked star to mask was the same time as the murder. It seems the main point of discussion will be the photo of the crime scene. Everything else up until now was all part of his plan. There has to be a secret to this picture as well. I mean, the timing is off. We've talked about this. He said that they came in and knocked him out right before the time change for the date or whatever. Something along that. But then he also talked about how the actual incident didn't happen until like late in at 1 o'clock, like 1:30 or something. Like there was a lot of weirdness about this timer. Even the great masked star to mask cannot be in two places at once. Now then, if you'll excuse me, I have a verdict to receive. Unfortunately, Mr. Atme, we still have to do your cross-examination. A fool is too foolish to know that he is a fool. Okay, now we got some, what's her face? The whip lady in here. I think he's trying to say that you're full of it, Nick. The only thing that's full of it is his alibi. The alibi. I was stealing the urn as masked star to mask, just as I announced I would. So this photograph is the proof, correct? Indeed it is. And the man in the photo is certainly wearing a mask. That is why I am called masked star to mask. But conveniently, that also means that there is no way to tell who this really is. What do you mean?
Objection!
Ha! Are you saying that this is not, in fact, Luke Atme? That it could be an accomplice dressed up as masked star to mask to create an alibi? Oh, what an interesting idea. Are you saying that I, Lone Wolf Luke, had an accomplice? Give it up. Name the accomplice. Could I name the accomplice? I'm gonna give it up for now. I might come back to it, though. Luke Atme was at the KGB security during the murder. Then the masked star to mask in the picture has to be a fake. And there really was an accomplice. But right now, I have no idea who it was. I don't have any idea right now either. Baseless objections are just what the guy wants. There's gotta be another way, and I'm going to find it. I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job. I believe Adrian Andrews hired you at one point? That's right. That was over 20 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. You sent the calling card to Lordy Taylor 10 days before the heist? That would mean you sent out the card after you began your security watch, right? Indeed. There is no reason why I couldn't do both jobs at once. It was the perfect opportunity to steal my latest target. I see. You truly are evil, aren't you? Yes, evil is what I am. Hey, Nick, isn't there something odd about this? Detective Acme was always proud of his ace detective skills, right? But if the urn was stolen from Lordy Taylor while he was the only one watching it, he'd have no way to maintain his perfect ace detective persona. You know, that's true. It is kind of odd. Oh, sorry, my eyes. Having a panic attack. A photograph contains no words, but in this case, one turned out to be my witness. So by photograph, you mean this piece of evidence here, is that correct? Indeed it is. That it is. The very thing that proves I committed the crime. The very thing that proves you committed the crime. When you think about it, it's really odd. You say that almost as if you had this picture taken on purpose.
Objection!
He was simply caught by the very camera that he had set up. That's not suspicious to you? We all have days like that. Indeed. It turned out that there was no such thing as the perfect crime after all. Life is truly an ironic thing, a sad blue melody. Looks like I'd better gather more information for now. If he's truly the killer, there's got to be something phony in that photo. The time at which the camera captured Mask Sergeant Mask was the same time as the murder. This is where we had our issue. About that camera that took this photo. Oh, come now. It's all too clear what you're thinking. You think I altered the timestamp on the photo, don't you? I'm afraid that's impossible. The camera was set up by Lordy Taylor, and on top of that, it was Lordy Taylor's staff that printed that picture's data. Unfortunately for the defense, there's no way that picture could have been altered. I see. Looks like I'd better find something else that could be suspicious. So this alibi is false? It has to be, or he couldn't have killed Mr. Bullard at KB Security. But I'm not really spotted anything unusual. There are two possibilities. Either the Mask Sergeant Mask in the photo is a fake, or the photo itself is. Well, he also created he created the program that ran to take the photo. I was stealing the urn as Mask Sergeant Mask, just as I announced I would. I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job. A photograph contains no words, but in this case, one turned out to be my witness. The time at which the camera captured Mask Sergeant Mask was the same time as the murder. So this alibi is false? Okay. Two possibilities. If the Mask Sergeant Mask in the photo is a fake, or the photo itself is. Okay, so if I go with the accomplice thing. Who could his accomplice be? Age unknown. Good thought. I'm wondering. I feel like we're focusing on this photo, right? If we're focusing on the photo. This would be right before 1 a.m., right? Because it would have been after, yeah, 12, because it's a.m. Also, this box does not appear to have the pink paint on it. I mean, that might be covered up by the fact it's black and white? Maybe? I don't know. Huh. Okay, so I'm stealing the urn as Mask Sergeant Mask, as I announced I would. The photograph is the proof correct. Indeed it is. Man in the photo is certainly wearing a mask. That's why I called Mask Sergeant Mask. Conveniently, that also means that there's no way to tell who this really is.
Objection!
You're saying that this is not, in fact, looting at me. This could be an accomplice dressed up as Master to Massacre and Alibi. Oh, what an interesting idea. Are you saying that I, Lone Wolf Luke, had an accomplice? But who would his accomplice... Like, that's what I mean. Like, we have no evidence of who his accomplice is. This is the only thing I can change, though, I think. Okay, give it up for now. I'm gonna save and we can press it again. This is just what the guy wants. There's got to be another way, and I'm going to find it. Yeah, see, even he seems like he's talking about, like, that's not the right way to go about this. And more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job. Let me see something. Dear Lordy Taylor, I will be coming to proclaim the most priceless work of art of display in your treasures of grand exhibit. Take good care of the speckled... Wait a minute. Take good care of the speckled urn? Won't you? Wait, speckled urn? Sent before a heist, the emblem is top secret. Wait, the speckled urn? But if the urn wasn't broken and became speckled... Wait, what? What is that supposed to be implying? Found in the shadows of a statue. It looks like it was torn off of some clothing. Oh, well no, because he would have probably mentioned that his freaking outfit was messed up. See, now it's speckled. It has the paint on it, but that didn't happen until the night before. Oh, no, it does say 2 weeks ago. Never mind then. Then it replaced in its box, kept out of sight. Okay. I thought they were saying the night before it went on display, she broke it and then painted it to fix it, but no. Okay, I misunderstood the timeline then. In its box, kept out of sight. Wait, then replaced in its box, kept out of sight. Wait. So if no one knew it was like that except for Adrian Andrews, he was stealing as directed by blackmail letters. 1:02 a.m. October in the CEO's office. In the second heist, he was stealing as directed by blackmail letters. Wooden box dropped Ern's box 2 weeks ago. She also knocked over some paint. One box that had the sacred urn in it has pink stains on it. Wait, is his accomplice Adrian Andrews? There's no way, right? I gotta be over. I have to be missing a part in that. That can't be what I'm thinking it is. Or it's been this case, no one turned out to be my witness. The time at which the camera captured Master to Mask was the same time as the murder. Unless... Adrian Andrews wouldn't have somehow hired this guy to steal the urn under the guise of Master to Mask to get rid of it? So that she wasn't liable for the fact it was damaged, would she? The time in which the camera was captured Master to Mask was the same time as the murder. Well, I think that's actually just fundamentally untrue. Camera data... Wait. Is there more info on this? Around 1 a.m. on the night of the crime. It's 1 a.m. Cerebral hemorrhaging from blood. Okay, yeah, it just says 1 a.m. It's not more specific. Guard and photo is Ron Delight. Enter the basement security guard office. There are no fingerprints on it. Tail the crime scene. What's going on? Good heist on. He was stealing as directed by. Yeah, because I mean the only thing. So So by photograph, you mean this piece of evidence here, is that correct? Indeed it is. That is the very thing that proves I committed the crime. The very thing that proves you committed the crime. So even you understand by now. Rory Taylor provided that camera. There's no way I could have tampered with it. That means I could not have killed Kane Bullard unless I had an accomplice. I'll think long and hard about that night. The basement warehouse and the picture that supposedly captures it. It's gotta be here. Isn't there something funny about this picture? You bet there is? Are you implying that this picture is a fake? You bet I am. There's definitely something strange about this picture. We took a look around the basement warehouse that night before the theft took place. There's something in this photo that doesn't match my memory of that night. Very well, then let's hear what you have to say. Okay, well, we're definitely gonna save before this one. I'm grasping at straws right now, so I'm gonna save this one and see what happens. I have to say. What about this picture? What about this photograph do you find funny? Well, I guess it's got to be the box, right? That it doesn't have paint on it? But I mean, this is also the back of it. If the paint's on the front, maybe that's how they're getting away with it? Maybe it's the fact that this statue moved. Because we talked about that the statue moved is also something that was weird. Because Adrian Andrews had left it here to cover up the paint spill. But then for some reason it had been moved in the night, and we don't know why. We hadn't found a reason for that yet. Is it the... My guesses are it's the box, or it's the statues being moved. I'm gonna try over here and see what happens. The funny part is right here. Why? This is a blood stain. Ah, blood. Now this case is getting interesting. Not exactly. That stain is actually pink paint. Oh, just paint? And peach colored at that. From blood to peaches. The judge sure loves going on his wild tangents. The problem with this photo is not the paint. The problem is, when you consider the layout of the basement warehouse, it turns out that something that should be there is nowhere to be seen. Well, Mr. Wright, what is supposed to be in the picture instead of the paint stains? Oh, okay, I was right. It was the statue. Okay, great. The supervisor of the treasure exhibit stated the following. Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime, around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. I realized that the statue would be the perfect size for covering up the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it. I myself was there the night the theft took place and saw the statue in that spot. If this picture was truly taken on that night, then that statue should have been there.
Objection!
But when I went there the day after the theft, that statue was on the old bag. Wow, was sitting in the corner. Perhaps it was somehow pushed there accidentally. Your Honor, this statue is slightly larger than yourself and quite heavy. It would have taken more than an accidental push to move it that distance. Ha! In that case, can you prove it? Can you give us the rhyme and reason as to why that statue was moved that night? Can you do it, Nick? Never mind who moved it. The real question is, why did they move it? Well, Mr. Wright, I hope you were prepared with your answer. Now then, who was the one that moved the golden statue on the night of the crime? That's not what I thought was going to happen next. So why would he move it? Why or who would have moved it? But why would you... Start a mask on the light. Hates criminals and cowards more than anything. The thief who steals honorable works of art. It had to have been... But why would Luke at me have moved it? Why would he have done that? Why would he have moved this? Hold on. It's got to be who it is, but... Because he panicked? The one who moved the statue is other than Luke and me. Come now, sir lawyer. There you go again on one of your strange delusions. Mr. Wright, what basis do you have for your strange delusions? It's very simple. The witness was the only one in the basement warehouse that night. That is indeed very simple. However, why would I want to move a heavy golden statue? The reason for moving the golden statue, here's where our battle really begins. Well, Mr. Wright, what reason did the witness have to move that statue? If this is them, like, faking it out on me that they make me believe I'm going down the right path or doing a great job, I have no idea. When did the witness have to move that statue? The reason can be found here in this photograph. Huh? Look at me. You pretended to be Masked Artemis to create an alibi by showing you were at Lori Taylor that night. But this photograph contains a single fatal flaw. If the statue had been there, your lie would be exposed like the cheap film at a drugstore. What? That is why you had to move the statue. A single fatal flaw? Interesting theory. Please enlighten us. Just where in this photo does this lie exist? Oh, the box, maybe? Is it the box or the chest piece? The 4? Is it the box? Take that! The lie is Masked Artemis. Are you saying that this Masked Artemis is a fake? Ha. You know, I really wish you would start acting more responsibly. Huh? The current question is, why was the golden statue moved? So what possible connection could there be with Masked Artemis identity? Oh, buggers. Oh, buggers went all over it. That's permanently for you. Okay, so that was wrong. I was clicking specifically on the box, so it's not the box that's the problem here. Can't be found in this photograph. 10, you're at Lori Taylor that night. Fatal flaw. If you hadn't been there, your lie would be exposed like cheap film at a drugstore. That's why you had to move the statue. Single fatal flaw. So theory, please enlighten us. Just where in this photo does the lie exist? Is it the clock, then? Take that! Naturally, the lie is in the photo is the timestamp. What do you mean? I'll tell you exactly what I mean. On the night in question, Luke Atme went to KB Security and murdered Kane Bullard. Therefore, it's obvious. It would have been impossible for him to have been at Lori Taylor at this time. But what does that have to do with the statue being moved? Remember, if you will, Your Honor, when was this statue placed beside the warehouse door? Oh, it was the night oh my god, that's what it was. Oh, wow. Okay, so yeah, it didn't show up until the night before. So she put it there just to cover the paint. But that photo was taken several days before that to set up an alibi. The statue was taken down to the warehouse on the day of the crime. And it was placed there in order to cover up the paint. Exactly. Luke Atme had already decided on the time when he was going to kill the victim. And so, in order to create an alibi for that time, he took this picture days before the murder took place. What the? Of course, the statue hadn't been brought down to the basement warehouse yet. Ah, so on that day of the crime, Mr. Atme must have been quite nervous. As nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory, so to speak. What? What? Okay. Why? Because something that wasn't supposed to be there had been brought down in place where it wasn't supposed to be. And that is why Luke Atme had to move that statue on the night of the murder. He did to make the room match with the photo, the way it had been in his photo. Gwa! Wow, alright. That was... Okay, we got there. Order, Mr. Atme, is that true? One moment, Your Honor. Have you forgotten this? What's that? The data from the basement warehouse computer. According to this, the camera did indeed go off on the night of the crime.
Objection!
Isn't it true that the camera had been set up by the Lordy Taylor staff? However, the program used to manage that data was yours. That alone would have allowed you to tamper with the data. Wow. I think that was a different pose, actually. Order, Mr. Godot. What is the meaning of this? Godot, I warned you about making me wait. Now put that coffee down. My 11th cup. I promised to drink no more than 17 during a trial. Which means I still good till the last drop. However, the defense is a very good point. A good point? So what? We are all about travelers on a road of infinite points. I think he's got his points mixed up with his other points? So you say this photo was taken ahead of time, and that the statue was moved in order to make it match. That's a very interesting idea. However, there's one point that can't be denied, which is that it's only a possibility. Men that are trapped by the chains of maybe can never reach their dreams. What? That's very true. No way. Don't fall for that, Your Honor. Hey, Mr. Damask. Yes? If there's no funny business in your actions as Master Damask, there should be no problem with you telling us your strategy. So let's hear it. Yes, please provide this court with your testimony about your plan to steal the sacred urn. Well, this should be interesting. I'm pretty sure he was blackmailing the other guy, but I don't understand why they wanted to meet at the security station so he could kill Bullard. The sacred urn heist. I first received the request from Lordy Taylor about 20 days ago. The urn was placed in a box in Zavari. It was then sent to the warehouse. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. Okay, so we know that's not true. Because of the speckled thing, I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand. Oh, welcome Ika, welcome Raiders. So let's hear how goes it. Pretty good. Had a little bit of technical difficulties when we got started. You remember that keyboard I was telling you about that like would flicker in and out of existence? Well, it turns out it just kind of died. So I had to set up the stream with the keyboard from using it on both PCs basically. So other than that, everything seems to be going fine. Assuming all the audio and stuff is working, which it looked like it was. So that's good. How are you doing? What were you streaming? It looked like, if I remember right, you were doing some Yug, right? How were you doing? Did you win another tournament? Are you the Lord of... Oh, it's Mega Booty. You were playing some Mega Booty. Ah. Mega Booty. Well, how did that go? Have you been watching Floppy Penguin play it so much you have a hankering to get back into it? I then handled security by myself to ensure that my crime would go smoothly. At last, I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 a.m. on October 12th. We know that's not true. We talked about why that's not true earlier. That's pretty much all stuff we've heard before, isn't it? Yeah, but we will find the truth hidden in the nuggets of new information he gave. Witness, you're sure that there are no mistakes this time? I feel like trying to do a challenge run on it, but I got stuck on this boss fight. Oh no! Well, I mean, that's the fun of a challenge run, right? Is like figuring out how to like optimize your run to overcome with the challenge in place. Like if all you're gonna use is like the basic pistol through all of, I don't know, Duke Nukem 3D or something, like how do you find enough ammo and stuff, right? So if you call that fun, that's not fun for everyone, but Ika, you're one who I could see liking a good challenge run, because you did a whole challenge run of there was the stick run, right? And then didn't you think about doing a challenge run for Dead State Reanimated Edition where you used only only medieval weapons equivalents or something, where it was like all bows, crossbows, and like swords and stuff only, something like that. Zavari. Very well then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. The Sacred Urn Heist. I first received the request for Lordy Taylor about 20 days ago. You were asked to guard the urn by Miss Adrian Andrews, is that right? Indeed, it seemed that they had heard of my Zavarkling reputation. Wow. I see Miss Andrews is still attracting the weirdos. You better watch out too, Maya. Is Maya attracted to weirdos? Maybe a little bit. Let's see. And the hard part of this fight is that I just can't climb the wall like you normally do, and since I'm stuck on the ground without a dash and my opponent has a dash, he just sticks on top of me. It does combo slashes? Oh, that sounds brutal. So what, can you like not jump, or can you not... Wait, what's the challenge? What's the actual challenge of the run? The urn was placed in a box, and Zavari, it was then sent to the warehouse. You mean this box? Yes, that's the pathetic box. Lady Andrews was especially taken with that urn, and she wouldn't let anyone enter the storeroom, not even me. Huh. Interesting new tidbits. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. Challenge I posted above that? Oh, I didn't see that part, I'm sorry. Challenge is to do all the boss fights in human form without Mega Man powers. So, what do you have, like a blaster gun? Is that your only option? Like, what is Mega Man if he's not Mega Man? What? Yeah, I just have a pistol. Yeah, I'm playing Tank Simulator, and all I get to do is run around on my feet. It's kind of hard. All I've got is my standard 9mm pistol backup weapon. Like, what? What are you talking about? You're playing Mega Man, and you don't get to be Mega Man playing Mega Man. That's amazing, Ika. If you figure that out, I would love... I have to go watch that. I'm gonna have to watch the... after the stream, I'll have to go watch the VOD of it or something. That's amazing. So you're sure that you had never seen the urn before? Indeed. You may ask Lady Andrews to confirm for yourself. My security was focused entirely on the entrance to that warehouse. However, I, Luke Atme, let no information whatsoever slip through my fingers. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand. You mean this calling card? That's right. That is, without a doubt, my calling card. I guess Mr. Delight didn't make this after all. Of course, because Atme knew about the emblem. See, the whole gimmick of Mega Man ZX series is that people use transformation devices to obtain the power of previous Mega Man characters. Oh, okay. So you don't have to be a robot in this one. Gotcha. Okay. Huh. Okay, fair enough. That's just interesting. What are you playing? Mega Man. Oh, that's fun. How do you play? You don't become Mega Man. What? Yep, you're just a lady with a plasma gun, and that's all you get to do. What? Like it just sounds so funny. But I get what you mean. It'd be like the equivalent of like fist only in Dark Souls or something, where like you don't get to use a weapon even though that's the whole point. Or like, maybe like Grand Theft Auto, where all you ever use is just like the bike. All you can do is pedal places. You can't use a car. Yeah, I'm only doing that for the boss fights. The rest of the stage, I'm using the Mega Man power since a lot of the time it's required anyway. That's true. I was wondering about that part kind of too, because I made the joke about you not being able to jump, and then I was thinking like, wait a second. Most of those stages require you to be able to jump very well to even get to the end of it. So you're just not using robot mode during boss fights. That makes sense. Of course, because Atme knew about the emblem. Making this card authentic would have been child's play for him. I then handled security by myself to ensure that my crime would go smooth. Did no one enter the basement warehouse? Unfortunately, there were many different treasures being taken there. Thus, for a period of approximately 5 days, people were indeed going in and out of the warehouse. At last, I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 a.m. on October 12th. And this is the photo that proves that, huh? Indeed, to be honest, even if a photo was taken, I didn't think it would matter terribly much. Hey Nick, if this photo's a fake, Attorney Atme might have stolen the urn whenever this was taken. That's true. You know, he's been saying that he never saw the urn until that night. If we can prove that he's lying there, we can wrap this up and put a bow on it. I need to take a good hard look at the court record. Not a lot going on in there. Wait, not a lot to go on, is there? That detective's been covering his tracks. Only one thing we need to prove this cross-examination. And he took this photo well before the actual night of the crime. Alright then, how do we do that? There's one thing that Anatomy stated very clearly, that he never seen the urn before he stole it. We need to prove that he's lying. I know, and we're gonna do that with the letter. Okay, yeah. For the last boss fight I got stuck on, I did get some progress on it because while I can't do like anything that dodges attacks on the ground, I did figure out how to manipulate his AI a bit to get him to jump on the walls more often. That sounds like a first start. Definitely sounds like a first start. It's like me manipulating that stupid cave rabbit, where if I moved from here to there, he would do the same thing over and over again. And I lost track of time a bit, which is why I'm here now. I mean, that's fair. You're having a lot of fun. Time flies. We received the request from Lady Taylor about 20 days ago. The urn was placed in a box, and sorry, it was then sent to the warehouse. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. So I know that's not true because the letter, speckled urn, won't you? So if he knew it was speckled, the only way he would have known it was speckled is if he had seen it back when he sent this letter, because before it went in there, which we saw on this photo, it wasn't speckled. So it's got to be this, but I don't know when to present it as the correct answer. As we've learned with this module, timing is everything, and sometimes that timing is really, really weird. I'm gonna try it now and see if this works.
Objection!
Mr. Atme, if you really are Masked Star Damask, then you also wrote this calling card, correct? But of course. Is there a problem with that calling card? Allow me to read a passage from the calling card that Masked Star Damask had written. Take good care of the speckled urn. Now, the speckled here surely refers to this pink pattern on the sacred urn. Yes, that is true, but so what? The truth be told, there is no way that Masked Star Damask could have known about this pattern. What do you mean? This pink spotted pattern on the urn is actually nothing more than paint stains. Paint stains? And those stains did not appear until after the urn had been taken to Lady Taylor. Huh? I'm not finding this joke to be very funny, Mr. Trite. The day that the sacred urn was taken to the warehouse, the urn was broken due to a human error, or should I say an error-prone human. And that when the pink and the and that's when the pink paint got on the urn. I can't be serious. And yet this calling card clearly mentions the paint pattern, which means Detective Atme had seen this urn long before the crime even ever took place. In fact, he saw it when this fake photo was taken. Phew! And because this photo is fake, your alibi for the night of the murder no longer holds water. Witness, do you have anything to say for yourself? Alright, that did it. He's broken. Nick, I think it's still a little early for a victory pose. Huh? Ha. It's so sad. No one has any conviction these days. Conviction, you say? Yesterday, we all decided unanimously that this man was Masked Star Damask. Now, we're calling him a murderer. You don't think we're being a tad fickle? That's a good point. No way, don't fall for that too, Your Honor. You say that Luke Adamy was the one who killed Kane Bullard. Let me ask you this, why would he do that? An excellent point. Motive, Mr. Wright, motive. Might you my merry murderous motive manifest? Dang, what a sentence. Nick, he's getting his second wind. If he prepared an alibi and pinned his crime on Braun Delight, as you say, he must have had a very strong motive for murder. The only one with any motive we've seen is Braun Delight. Words, extreme words. Isn't that right, detective? Indeed. According to my own research, the boy's motive is clear. Without a motive, it's nearly impossible to prove guilt in a murder case. Now then, maybe you can enlighten us as to what the defendant's motives were. I'd be honored to, Sir Old-Timer. They're doing everything they can to make Ron look suspicious. Despite our lack of hard information, this may be our only chance. Witness testimony. Motive for murder. I, Luke Atamy, had no points of contact with the victim whatsoever. Kane Bullard decided to investigate Masked Star Damask and simply mistook who he was. Wait, what? Wait, what? Kane Bullard decided to investigate Masked Star Damask and simply mistook who he was. It was Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Ron Delight. And it was again Mr. Bullard who harbored a grudge against Mr. Delight for his betrayal. Mr. Bullard's mistake is quite excusable. The defendant truly believes he is Masked Star Damask. That is why Mr. Delight saw it fit to kill Kane Bullard. Truly a tragedy. What? Oh yeah, did you see the Phoenix Wright clip I linked in the Discord? I have not seen it yet, no. So the victim, Kane Bullard, blackmailed the defendant? This is the blackmail letter found in the defendant's apartment. A handwriting test confirms that Mr. Bullard was indeed the one who wrote the letter. Oh, okay. What? Blackmail letter updated in the court record. Very well, Mr. Wright. Begin your cross-examination. Motive for murder. Real lawyer plays Phoenix Wright. I was kind of thinking about that today, actually, right before you mentioned that. I was like, I wonder if a lawyer would actually be good at this or not. Or would it be like a detective who was good at this because it's mostly putting clues together and stuff. But yeah, I have to imagine if a real lawyer was playing this, it would be absolutely losing their mind constantly, right? I'm going to have to go watch that after the stream. I got to look at Gohan's on Eric's PowerPoint presentation, and I'll have to watch that. I mean, if you're a lawyer and you're seeing the stuff that's going on in this, you have to be pulling your hair out. Like, I'm not even a trained lawyer, and I know most of the stuff they're doing in this is completely insane. So a real lawyer would have to probably be, like, literally spitting out, like, statutes in criminal law that they're breaking, right? Motive for murder. I, Luke Atamy, had no points of contact with the victim whatsoever. Well, we know that's not true. And who in the world is going to prove that? Well, we know he worked with the security company during the first investigation because they're in the photo together. So we know that he at least has contact with the company. I will. After doing a thorough background check on Detective Atamy and Kane Bullard, we were unable to find any links between them. It's all in the report. Perhaps they were connected through their work? They were both involved in security. Nope. That was blunt. In any case, the only one with a motive was Mr. Delight. Kane Bullard decided to investigate Masked Star Damask and simply mistook who he was. Mistook? That's right. Mistook. From the Old Norse mistaka, meaning to take an error. That wasn't what I meant. Just who did the victim mistake Masked Star Damask to be? Why, the answer's obvious. Ron Delight, of course. Boy, I'd like to wipe that smug look off that guy's face. Press harder. There's a lot floating there. Why would the victim mistake the defendant for masked Artemis? Don't you already know that? Zavari, take a look at this newspaper. Oh, that's the famous Tear of Emerald, a magnificent jewel. That photo shows a magnificent detective as well, does it not? Furthermore, it also shows an ugly guard, namely the defendant. The defendant? The victim clearly misread this article and Zavari got the wrong impression. What? The impression that this ugly security guard was in fact masked Artemis. I see. That was an unusually reasonable deduction. It was Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Ron Delight. You mean this blackmail letter right here? It says, bring $50,000, and the handwriting is, without a doubt, the victim's. There's no mistake. We have an official report to prove it. But I don't see an address on this letter anywhere. An address? This letter was discovered in Ron Delight's apartment, and Mr. Light did show up at the designated place and time. The fact that there is no address is irrelevant. I wonder. What's up, Nick? I just had a thought. What if that blackmail letter wasn't meant for Mr. Delight? Whoa, do you have any evidence of that? For some reason, I just can't shake the feeling that there's something not quite right about this blackmail letter. Well, everyone, are you quite satisfied? And it was, again, Mr. Bullard who had harbored a grudge against Mr. Delight for his betrayal. What do you mean by that? Oh my, I was certain you were already aware. Zavari! KB Security has a lot of security info on all sorts of companies. Since I was a security team chief, I stole data from the company. Kane Bullard had yet to forgive young Mr. Delight, which is why he sent him that letter upon mistakenly believing he was the thief. Here's a file that we discovered in Mr. Bullard's office. Evidence that Mr. Bullard was receiving money through blackmail. However, isn't that a bit odd? Why did the defendant pay Mr. Bullard the money, even though he wasn't actually masked Artemis? On that point, there was an unfortunate bit of a chance. Mr. Bullard's mistake is quite excusable. The defendant truly believes he is masked Artemis. Do you really think that the story is going to hold up? That assertion is not merely my own, I'm afraid. What do you mean? I have here a memo from Ron Delight's wife, Desiree Delight. Ronnie thinks he's masked Artemis. Don't you feel sorry for him? Please don't think too badly of him. Why did he, like, freak out during that? Well, Mr. Trite? Was he trying to act like Mr. Delight just now? Oh, that's what he was doing. He was trying to act like Mr. Delight. Although it was actually pretty convincing. That is why Mr. Delight saw it fit to kill Kane Bullard. Truly a tragedy. Now, that's just your imagination. Now, come now, Sir Lawyer. I'm afraid imagination isn't the right word for it. This is a deduction, the result of a carefully applied reasoning. And we hear that careful reasoning for ourselves. It's a long story, and better save for another time. Very well, another time. The literal story of how the murder could have happened is apparently not relevant to the murder investigation, or the... What? Bonk indeed, Ika. Bonk indeed. Those so-called long stories aren't usually all that long. At least not in my experience. So you're going to try to connect Detective Atme to Mr. Bullard, right? Yeah, that's right. Hopefully it won't require surgery either. In that case, we'll have to talk about the blackmail. It's true. Was that blackmail letter really intended for Ron? So we don't have enough information. You should press him for more testimony. Maybe I'll be able to shake some contradictions loose that way. What? I look at me. Okay, hold on. So what does this blackmail letter actually say? If you don't want your true identity revealed to the world, come to KB Security at 1 a.m. on October 12th and bring $50,000. If you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead. The red diamond he received is the ring oh my god, I forgot about that line. I, Luke Abney, had no point of contact with the victim whatsoever. Kane Bullard decided to investigate mass after mass and simply mistook who he was. It was Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Ron Delight. Okay, so it's gotta be that, right? That's gotta be what the problem is the ring. It mentions the ring specifically. Do I just present it now, or... I'm gonna ask you a few questions, Detective Atme. Well, if it's just a few, I guess it's alright. You said that this letter was addressed to Ron Delight. I couldn't help but notice one major contradiction. Contradiction? I don't know where a walking contradiction like you gets off saying things like that. You're one to talk. At times like these, men are made to express themselves with their fists. Why don't you show us what you've got there, Junior? Oh, God, he's still trying to mix his weird, stupid like cowboy mythos nonsense in with like modern lawyer speak, and it's really bugging me. Just a punch. Indeed, time to man up, Mr. Wright. Show us the contradicting evidence in the content of the blackmail letter. What? Don't I... What? They care... Oh, that's the wrong letter. How do I present this? Does... What? Check the no-name diamond? Is that an option? There's no diamond in here. Well, the buzzer went off. I don't know if you have it somewhere. Yeah, there's no... Is it in the newspaper clipping? Because this talks about this gem, but they're talking about the red one he received recently. Because he mentioned that a reward he got for the last crime was getting the item back but not catching the culprit. And he got his red ring that he's wearing. It's mentioned in the blackmail letter, I'll take that ring from you instead of the $50,000. Is the no-name diamond, I think? I guess that could be it? Do I have a copy of... Oh, see, he has a breakdown of the value of these things. I guess we can try this and see. Take a good look at this newspaper clipping. It contains a picture of the Tear of Emerald, the stolen jewel. What about it? Problem is that this jewel's color. Color? I'm not much for discussing color myself. Okay, well, Ika, you were completely right, but apparently because of the color of the gem? What? The guy is actively wearing a red ring. What? The guy is wearing the red ring mentioned in the letter. Why do we have to go 5 steps into the distance just to walk back? Just point at the ring the guy is literally wearing on his hand right now. It's not much from discussing color myself. According to the clipping, the color of the stone jewel was blue. However, in the blackmail letter, a totally different jewel is mentioned. I'll take that red diamond you received the other day. Red? Which means the red diamond described in the blackmail letter is not the Tear of Emerald that Masked Star Damask stole at all.
Objection!
And your point is, Mr. Trite? So you're trying to say that the blessed blackmail letter was intended for someone else? Is that what you're trying to say, right, Trite? Is what you're trying to say, right, Mr. Wright? Well, that's what you're trying to say, right, Nick? Yes. Why? Why was that weird barrage of rights and trites? This is who Kane Bullard was actually trying to blackmail, which is this idiot.
Take that!
What was that weird look by the judge? Naturally, it was you, Detective Atme. Do you have some sort of basis for that claim? You have been personally involved in every single Masked Star Damask case. And in that last case, you recovered what was stolen and received a jewel as your reward. A jewel? Probably the one wrapped conspicuously around your finger. That red diamond ring. Yes! Yes, he did! Yes! God. Ugh. How far out into the woods did we have to walk just to come back in and show them the thing? What's that? Do you have a suspicious plate? Let me walk to the store where you got that plate, and I will get the receipt, and then we'll go into the woods where the stone was mined that made that plate, and then we'll walk back over here and I'll show that you're holding the plate. Ugh. That red diamond ring. Grr. That is the diamond referred to in the letter, which means that Kane Bullard wrote that letter in order to blackmail you. Yeah. Order in the court. Order, I say. It seems you've gone too far with your childish pranks, Mr. Trite. Uh-oh, I don't like the way he said that. Kane Bullard blackmailing Luke Atme? Are you for real? Yes, I am. Nick, come on, stand up to him. Then answer me. This. The blackmail letter contains the following passage. You don't want your identity revealed to the world. Yes, it certainly does. Kane Bullard threatened to make Luke Atme's identity public knowledge. An identity he wanted to keep a secret. So just what was that identity? Well, that's a good question. Atme killed Kane Bullard because he was afraid of his secret becoming known. What was the identity he wanted to keep secret? This is what it all comes down to, Nick. The identity that Luke Atme wanted to desperately keep secret was his identity as... I think it's a blackmailer? Hold on. Turns out he's not an ace, just a detective. Fair, fair. T-Celter, you have to work from the very, very start of it since it's more dramatic this way. It's also idiotic that way. I think it's a blackmailer and not Masked Star Damask. A blackmailer. Luke Atme was a blackmailer.
Objection!
Hey now, isn't that a little different from what you've been saying? You said that Kane Bullard was the one blackmailing Luke Atme. Are you saying that Atme was blackmailing someone else on top of that? Ugh. You have to admit, that does sound a little odd. It's not odd. It's the only thing that makes any sense. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atme. But Rhonda Light was also being blackmailed by a certain someone. So, did you start receiving blackmail letters after this incident? Yes, just a few days after the Tear of Emerald heist. After that, I started getting the plans in the mail. I received plans from some very kind person. Incredibly detailed plans. Detailed plans? In which case, that would mean that Rhonda Light was actually Masked Star Damask? That's what we were claiming. Someone else came up with the plans and had Mr. Delight steal his targets for him. And that someone was none other than Luke Atme. Shh! Silence! He. Now I see, it's all becoming clear. What is? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Careless with a tendency to jump to conclusions. Am I wrong? How did you... You say that I, Luke Atme, was blackmailing Ron Delight. In which case, I would naturally know all about his relation to the Masked Star Damask. Well, yes. Rhonda Light started receiving plans from his second crime onward, correct? Which means I learned of his identity when he committed that first crime. Good point. You certainly couldn't have blackmailed him otherwise. In that case, let's see some hot, bitter evidence. In the first crime, how did Luke Atme know that Rhonda Light was masked Artemis? Okay, I'm guessing because of him... I'm assuming because of this? That's a really... Okay. Buzzer went off. Okay. Table at the crime scene. Canes. On, he was stealing as directed by blackmail letters. I'm assuming he figured it out here? I'm gonna try this and see what happens. I think I see it. See what? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Gets in lots of mischief trying to be the center of attention. What do you mean? This newspaper clipping has a picture of you and Rhonda Light in his guard uniform. I think that masked Artemis didn't just disappear into thin air. He just took off his outfit and hid it in a bucket. That sounds far too stupid to be true. Correct. With tricks like that, he couldn't fool a baby, let alone an ace detective. And that's when you figured it out, Mr. Atme. That's when you learned that under his mask, masked Artemis was really Rhonda Light. What the? Wasn't he supposed to be masked Artemis? Not only that, it looks like he wasn't even an ace detective. I can't believe it. He was just a slimy blackmailer. What a fraud, trying to pass himself as an ace detective. You're right, Eka, he's not even an ace. He's barely a detective. Why you? How dare you expose me like that? I mean, I've never blackmailed anyone in my life. I'm a famous and proud ace detective and also masked Artemis. Why can't you understand that? I'm afraid you are neither a proud thief nor an ace detective. You're a blackmailer and a murderer. That is your true identity. Why you? How dare you? Why not? You're foolish. I say no. Compared to your and a blackmailer murder. It's enough to make a man something. I mean, their witness explosions are at least very good. It would seem we finally arrived at the real answer. That was quite a performance, Mr. Atme. Bailiff, please prepare a cell for Mr. Atme.
Objection!
What? The hammer that strikes too fast has no time to aim. What do you mean? I'm already prepared to deliver my ruling. Witness explosion. Also, allow me to say one thing. I will be the one to judge. You don't get much more in your face than that. It appears that your claws weren't quite sharp enough, Mr. Trite. What do you... It's true that you've proven a lot of things. Things like Luke Atme was a filthy blackmailer, and that he wasn't a Lordly Taylor. He wasn't at Lordly Taylor the night of the murder. That's right. That's why he's the one who killed Mr. Bull. But there's still one thing you have yet to prove. What's that? Just because he wasn't at the warehouse doesn't mean he was at the murder scene. Therefore, if you can't prove at this point that this pitiful excuse for a man was at KB security, then I don't see how a verdict can be delivered. Oh, no way! Order in the court. Well, Mr. Wright? This is it. This is the final round. I've got to prove that Atme was at board offices on that night. But can you really prove that? That's long enough, Mr. Trite. I want to hear your answer. That night, Luke Atme was at a KBC security, and the defense... I mean, I have to be able to prove it. The defense can prove it. With evidence. Are you sure? Ha. Don't you worry. I'll watch over you. as you break down and fall to pieces. Very well then, let's see this proof. Proof that Luke Atme was at the security that night. Nose camera went off around 1 a.m. the night of the crime. Maybe security building at around 1 a.m. the night of the crime. Then Ron's wallet used on October 12th, the night of the crime. Shot of mass star to mass striking a pose. Found in the shadows of Ame Faye's statue. Looks like it was torn off of some clothing. Oh, this. It's gotta be this, right? Because he tore this off of his clothing while he was passed out, went back to the crime scene sometime later and just threw it into the shadows so they could find it. That's the only way it ended up back there by the statue, right? Several hemorrhaging blunt trauma. First, okay. Into the basement security guard office. There's no fingerprints on it. Unless it's going to be something stupid like he was wearing his gloves he always wears. The buzzer went off once at 1:02 a.m. on October 12th in the CEO's office. Heist on him stealing is directed by blackmail. No sight. It's got to be that. It's got to be this. It's got to be the masked brooch. This is the proof. It's true. That is very important. However, I'm not so foolish as to think we will pass for evidence here. Mr. Trite, it's time you learn the true flavor of life. The flavor of my special Godot blend number 49. Well, Mr. Wright? It's bitter. Very bitter. What? How is that not the correct answer? How else do you explain how it got there? What? Come on, Nick. Don't give up now. What do I do? If I make a mistake here, it's over. Okay, maybe I can't prove it then. I don't know. I swear to God, if I have to jump through 3 levels of nonsense and then use that as proof that he was there, I'm gonna throw something in the office. It's not gonna be okay. I guess I can't prove it then. I can't prove it. Just as I thought. But if we hear more of Detective Atme's testimony...
Objection!
Unfortunately, that's as far as you go, Mr. Trite. What do you mean? I won't allow for any more testimony, that's what I mean. What? Have you forgotten? Luke Atme is here after we interrupted his own trial, and you have failed to prove that he committed the murder. I think it's time for this witness to return to his own trial, and face his guilty verdict as masked star to mask. No. Well now, Sir Lawyer, it seems that love wins out in the end after all. What? I'm the ace detective as well as masked star to mask. My verdict will verify that. This is Ron DeLights will verify that he is the true murderer. I declare that within the full force of my ace detectiveness. Order in the court. That's enough deliberation over the witness. I can't believe this. At this rate, Ron is... Don't give up now, Nick. We still have the tomorrow. We can look for more evidence and then it'll be too late. Huh? Why? Double jeopardy. One of the basic rules of any court of law. Double jeopardy? Should a defendant be tried and found innocent in court, that defendant cannot be tried again for the same crime. You're telling me this place has double jeopardy rules? Sure. Sure they do. This is a fundamental rule of all courts. It applies to this witness as much as it applies to anyone else. Atme will be found guilty in a matter of minutes. Guilty as masked star to mask, which means he will be innocent as far as the murder of Kane Bullard is concerned. No way. The fact that you were unable to prove Mr. Atme's guilty of that crime here means that he will never again be tried as Kane Bullard's murderer. That's what they're doing? They're invoking double jeopardy? Now there's nothing I can possibly do to win, even if Ron is proclaimed to be innocent. The real killer, Luke Atme, will go free. Well, he'll go to jail for theft instead of murder. You can cross-examine every statement the witness had made here today. And as long as there is no more testimony, I'm afraid I have to declare that there will be no further questioning of this witness. Are there any objections? There, I hereby end the cross-examination. Look at me.
Objection!
What? I think I see it. Your Honor, when you were a child, this is what was on your report card every year. Has proof of poor hearing and often makes mistakes as a result. How did you... Phoenix, raise your head up high. Have you forgotten what I used to tell you? A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. What? That voice. No way. Oh, okay. So I was supposed to choose there's no option. Okay. A long time no see, Phoenix. Mia? This is the true power of the crane channeling technique. I knew that it's really Maya who's standing before me. But right now, she's my mentor, Mia Fey. Now, let's do this. But there's nothing more we can do, Mia. Without any more testimony, I can't cross-examine. Not yet. The testimony's not over yet. What do you mean? Your Honor, just now you said something very interesting. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today. Yes, that's true, but unfortunately, Your Honor, you're forgetting something. Earlier, after the last cross-examination, this witness made a number of remarks. Well now, Sir Lawyer, it seems that the love wins out in the end after all. I'm the ace detective as well as Master to Mask. My verdict will verify that. Just as Rhonda Lights will verify that he is the true murderer. I declare that with the full force of my ace detectiveness. Yes, but those comments appear to have no importance whatsoever. Very well, then we shall prove their importance via cross-examination. At any rate, as long as the witness has made these remarks, we, the defense, assert our right to question them. Is that all right with you, prosecutor? Is something the matter, Mr. Godot? Ah, nothing. Oh, Sir Lawyer, looks like you're one step too late. If you think such falsehoods will do anything to me, Luke, let's hear it. Huh? It's true that the witness made some remarks. So then, let's hear this last bit of cross-examination. Mr. Godot, what are you... Very well then, Mr. Luke Atme. I'm going to allow the defense to cross-examine your earlier remarks. The defense would like to hear why you declared the defendant to be the true murderer. So please, give us one last bit of testimony. Phoenix, this is it. This is our absolute last chance. Yes, Chief. Wow. Mia Ex Machina again? Yeah, they love to do it to me. I don't... Oh, there's a reason that that's a trope, and it's a bad one. Stop it. Stop it. The last testimony. Indeed, it is true that I was not Lordy Taylor. I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. Had I known about the date beforehand, so I had this photograph readied. My brilliant deduction was informed me that true culprit was Rhonda Light. Wait. My brilliant deduction was what informed me that the true culprit was Rhonda Light. And thanks to the key card and wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there. I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim would have left prints if he sounded it, which means that the killer sounded it. Mr. Light was wearing his mask outfit, which is why he left no prints. In the blackmail letter, the victim likely just mistook the color of the jewel. Zavari. Therefore, all the evidence points to that poor boy. It's bad in writing, but I don't know. In my opinion, it's worse in moduling. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the problem, if you're doing it in a story that you're controlling, right? Like if you're writing a book and you do some Deus Ex Machina, it's one thing. But here what you're doing is you're taking away the power of the person playing the module and then saying, haha, you messed up. Oh no, wait, we're going to save you. So it makes the person playing feel like they made a mistake, and then the writers have to come in and fix it. It's like actively making the player feel bad about being wrong when they actually weren't wrong. It's really weird. It's so strange. The testimony actually seems to hold up pretty well. Actually, it doesn't at all. The witness's earlier remarks do not appear to have been hastily prepared. All of his points have been explained, and none of them seem to contradict anything. Okay, actually, one of them directly contradicts evidence, but okay. But of course. But how did you know about the emergency buzzer? Police investigation documents went directly through me. And I always look over all the documents. It's elementary, sir lawyer. Grr. Are you going to make even more trouble for us now, sir lawyer? I will not allow any of your usual shenanigans, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. We cannot postpone Luke Atmey's trial any longer. This is your last chance. Hang on a sec. Just one chance? Huh, it seems that the party's about to begin. Well, Phoenix, there isn't any evidence that contradicts with that testimony. So it would seem. What do you mean, so it would seem? Listen, Phoenix, pointing out contradictions doesn't always mean you have to present evidence, does it? At any rate, this is our last chance. If you can't point out a case-breaking contradiction, you lose. That's all there is to it. He's got to be real close to that 17th cup of coffee. Okay, there we go. Cup number 17, the last cup. All right, I was about to say, he's got to be darn close to 17 cups now. Seems like the time has come to put an end to this trial. I have to find a fatal contradiction in this testimony. I bet I do. I bet I do. Okay. And I need to point it out without presenting evidence. Which means all I can do is find the contradictory remark and press it. Remember, you only get one chance. Oh, okay. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Please begin your final cross-examination. Okay, so we can only press one thing here. Indeed, it is true that I was not at Lordy Taylor. I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. I had known about the date beforehand, so I had this photograph readied. I had known about the date beforehand, so I had this photograph readied. What? My brilliant deduction was what informed me that the true culprit was Ron DeLite. And thanks to the key card and wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there. I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Mr. Light was wearing his Mask Sergeant Mask outfit, which is why he left no prints. In the blackmail letter, the victim just mistook the color of the jewel. Vari, therefore all the evidence points to the poor boy. But the victim would have left fingerprints if it sounded, which means the killer sounded it. But why would the killer have sounded it? To give himself an alibi, but that doesn't make any sense if there wasn't anybody else there to pin the murder on. So this one seems fishy. I also was able to make the deduction. And then the other one was I had known about the date beforehand, so I had the photograph readied. I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. And then if the other thing would be, what is this other job you left to go investigate or whatever? Like, if I press him on this, it would be a long list of lies, basically? They're, like... I don't... So, both of those are very weird to me. It is true that I was not at Lordy Taylor. I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. So it's gotta be this, right? Like... What was his other vitally important job? If I press him about this, he has to give me details. And if he can't give me any details about it, it's gotta be this then, right?
Phony!
Mr. Atmey, about this last remark.
Objection!
You still don't get it, do you? Trite. This isn't the time to be pressing the witness on every little statement. What? I said this before. There's still one thing you haven't proven. That this gun was in Kane Bullard's office that night. And now, it's time for me to drink my last cup. Mr. Wright, I will hold you to any of the bargain. Okay, apparently that was not it. The court seems no reason to further prolong this trial. Okay, the case is extremely clear. No room for misattribution of the facts. Finds the defendant, Ron DeLight, guilty. The accused will surrender to the court immediately. To be held. Yeah. So obviously, I hate that statement of like the facts are very clear now. It's like no, they're not. Not even a little bit. Like not even subtly. Okay, so it's got to be then one chance. Well then, Mr. Wright, please begin your final cross-examination. So if it's not that one, that he has another job that apparently he... And about the other beforehand, so I had the photograph ready. My brilliant deduction was to inform me that the Ron next to the key card and wallet, it was absolutely clear that he was there. I was able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. But we found that out, right? That it only sounded once? Because didn't the police say it didn't sound at all? The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Wait, the police didn't know about this. We found that out, right? So he wouldn't have known about that. So this has got to be false then, right? I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. Yeah, we found out about the buzzer, so this has got to be it then. Mr. Atme, about this last remark.
Objection!
What? Okay, I guess that's not it. I said this before. There's still one thing you haven't proven. Both the office, and now it's time for... Right? The bargain. How? What?
NANI?
How is that possible? He wouldn't have been able to see that as evidence because we found out about that during our investigation without the police. So he wouldn't have known about that unless he was in the room when it happened. This is what I'm talking about. Like, I have that's two things now. I have proven that I can state with complete logic that contradicts what this man is talking about. That's two different things now I'm able to point out that contradict this guy's statements. Indeed, it is true that I was an underlord sailor. I had to leave this because we know it's not that one. It's photograph readied. My brilliant deduction was to inform me that true culprit was Ron DeLight, and thanks to the key card and wallet, it was absolutely clear that he was there. Okay, the key card and the wallet. We found the wallet and the key card, and that wasn't presented in court until after the fact. So that can't be it either, right? Like, he shouldn't know about that one either, because we found that, not the police? The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Mr. Light was wearing his star-to-mask outfit, which is why there's no prints. In the blackmailer letter, the victim likely just mistook the color of the jewel. Zvari, before all the evidence points to that poor boy. So that's a third thing we've proven now that he wouldn't have known about, but somehow doesn't get to get called on. Okay, I'm gonna try this one. The victim would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it? Let's see, wait. I'm just wearing his master outfit. Wait, how does he know that he was wearing his star-to-mask outfit? He didn't know about that until his testimony? I just mistook the color of the jewel. Where all the evidence points to that poor boy. Why would the killer have pushed it? I swear to God, if this is going to turn out to be one of those ones where I have to go to the end and then Maya's going to save me again, I'm going to be very upset. I'm going to try this one. I mean, about this last remark.
Objection!
Okay, no, I guess that's not it either. That's right, I feel like you've just got to go through all of them one by one. I guess so, yeah. Because all the ones that make any logical contradictive statements and could put him in the room are basically failing. One chance. Phew, that was not at Lordy Taylor. Yeah, I guess I'll just one by one them?
Phony! Objection!
Honestly, now I think I just have to go to the end and see if Maya has something else to say. Because, I don't know. None of the other ones make any amount of sense. I tried all the ones that make any amount of sense that would put him in that room. And this module will completely pull stuff like that, where you have to not actually present any of the information and just go to the end and let it progress on its own, so. Let's see what happens if we just go to the end. Buzzer, which only sounded once, but did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim was wearing his starter mask outfit, which is why he left no prints. Like my letter, the victim just mistook the color of the jewel. Right, therefore, all the evidence points to that poor boy. Cross-examination is the only chance I have to nail it. Somewhere there's a huge contradiction, and I've got to find it. As far as I can see, there is no evidence that contradicts his testimony. All you can do is press him, and you only get one shot. Okay, so it has to be one of these things. Tried that one. I had known about the date beforehand, so I had this photograph readied. What? Wait, what? Okay, I don't even know what that means. Nope. Okay, I guess that wasn't it either. I don't know what he means. I knew about the date beforehand, so I had the photo ready. I don't know what he means by it, the date. I don't know what that means, but it's not it. Alright, so we know the last testimony. Yeah. No? 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 Which was informed me that the culprit was Ron Delight. I don't understand how this could possibly be. My brilliant deduction was what informed me that the true culprit was Ron Delight. Thanks to the key card in the wallet, it was abundantly clear that it was there. Okay, so brilliant deduction. Challenge this one.
Objection.
Not that one. Okay. It's obnoxious that I have to go through this whole thing to load back, but at least it let me click through it quickly. Okay, so the next one should be the wallet and the ID card? What about the brilliant deduction was, and then thanks to the key card in the wallet, it was abundantly clear that it was there.
Phony.
I mean, what about
Objection.
the remark? Okay, wasn't this one either. Okay. I mean, I hate to do it this way, but all the logical ones were wrong, all the illogical ones are wrong, so we just gotta work through this now the hard way. Or it's gonna get to something stupid where I actually do need to present some sort of evidence during one of these instead of just pressing him. In which case, the module straight up just lied to my face. Okay, no, 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 no. We tried this one, so we know it's not that one. But did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? Okay, I don't think we've tried this one. What about this last one?
Objection.
Okay, it's not that one. I really feel like we're being lied to. That we do need to present a piece of evidence, even though it's telling me that I need to press him on one of these. Which is insane. That would be like the equivalent of if you're playing your Mega Booty, right? And the module's like, yeah, you have to shoot him to do damage. And it turns out the real thing you have to do is like go into the menu and like activate a secret thing they put into the menu, that into like your inventory they didn't tell you about. So you have to go in there and activate like a stun gun that you've never had until this very moment or something. Like it's just lying to your face about how to do stuff. It's either going to be something so insane that it doesn't, completely illogical, or deduction, thanks to the key card, deduction from the buzzer, which we tried that one already. The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? It would have left fingerprints and sounded, which means the killer sounded it, which we tried that one already. Mr. Light was wearing his. Okay, so this is this is one we thought about maybe, but I think I tried this already, right? But we're on Mr. Delight was wearing his mask, Sergeant mascot. Mr. At me, how about? Okay, it's not this. Wait. Wait, this is something different. Hold on. Okay, something actually happened with this one. Why is this a contradiction? Hold on. Remember? So he's in his outfit. How is this the contradiction? What about the beforehand? So my blunt deduction was informed me that the true culprit was Ron Delight. Thanks to the key card and wallet, it was absolutely clear that he was there. I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer. Why? When I left fingerprint sounded, Mr. Delight was wearing his mask sergeant mice outfit, which is why he left no prints. Okay, so why is this contradictory? Mr. Atme, about this last remark.
Objection.
You still don't get it, do you, Troy? This isn't the time to be pressing the witness on every little statement. I'm afraid you're the one who still doesn't get it, Mr. Godot. What? Mr. Atme, it seems you have finally admitted that you were in the CEO's office on the night of the murder. What? How? How can you say that?
NANI?
Let's review your testimony, shall we, Mr. Atme? The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? Mr. Light was wearing his masked Star to Mask outfit. Is that correct? Indeed, that's what I said. My deductions are absolutely foolproof. More like your deduction proved that you're a fool. I'm sorry? Whatever do you mean? For some reason, I'm starting to get really thirsty. When exactly did we learn that fact? Like, the day before? Light was dressed as Masked Star to Mask when he went to the scene of the crime. That was, it was just a few hours ago. Back when my 6th cup was looking at me with a cold stare. Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? I'm sorry. I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. That's right. The defendant had yet to tell anyone else this fact before this morning. Therefore, the only people who should have knew that those have been watching. Oh, because he was in the other trial? Therefore, the only people who should have known this are those who have been watching this trial. That's what it is. Of all of the things this guy shouldn't have known about, this is the one that they're gonna say he doesn't know about? Okay, sure, why not? The thing that has to have you have awareness of the date and time in a completely illogical time and date module is the thing that we needed. Why? Unbelievable. Alright, do you understand now, Detective Atme? There's no way that you should have known about that. Are you? You were in the next courtroom being tried as Masked Star to Mask. So then, enlighten us. Just how did you know about that piece of information? Well...
Objection!
Come on, this detective must have known about it. He probably had plenty of chances to find out beforehand.
Objection!
And those chances that I want to discuss next. That night, Mr. Delight was wearing his Masked Star to Mask outfit. There's one and only one way for Detective Atme to have found that out. Only one. One way, you say. Please recall, if you will, Mr. Delight's testimony. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. For a second, my client witnessed the real killer.
Objection!
But Mr. Delight never saw his attacker. So there's no way to tell whether or not the real killer was Luke Atme.
Objection!
It's with that statement that I'll turn this case on its head. Just what are you implying? Mr. Light saw the real killer, correct? Now, if you turn that statement around... Okay. It stands to reason that the real killer has also seen Ron... That's... Okay. Sure. Impossible. Detective Atme, you saw Masked Star to Mask at the murder scene that night. You saw him when you killed Kane Bullard and assaulted Ron Delight. That was the only way you could have known what Ron was wearing. But he's already talked about how he's gotten evidence. What is happening? He's freaking out again. Okay. Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. That's the same line you gave yesterday. But I think there's a little more meaning behind it this time. And then he's freaking out again. So he was allowed to know all the evidence of the case, even stuff he wasn't in the room to know. Except that this guy was wearing his outfit during. Okay. Including the evidence that we ourselves found and presented in the case that the police didn't know about. Somehow he knew about that stuff, but he didn't know about the guy wearing the outfit that was presented in court with all the other information he didn't know about. Alright. Whatever you say. What an awfully complicated incident. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atme, who was in turn blackmailing Rhonda Light. And upon killing his blackmailer, Luke Atme tried to frame Rhonda Light. He then claimed to be guilty as Masked Star to Mask in order to escape his true crime. And to that end, he came up with this plan. He used the double jeopardy rule when making his alibi. At any rate, it would seem we're finally found the truth. Excuse me. I came precariously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of murderer. Don't ignore me! Oh, I didn't realize you were there. Why wouldn't he be... about the verdict? I know, you never committed any murder. That's right. I'm so glad you understand that, but... I really am Masked Star to Mask. Huh? So thanks to the trial yesterday, I'm innocent now, right? What was it you said? Double jeopardy? Now that you mention it, I've been careless. Careless? What do you think, Maya? What? No, he was found innocent of the murder. Like, but he confessed to multiple other crimes. There's evidence that he committed many other crimes, under the threat of blackmail, but he also admitted in court that he committed the first crime. He's not innocent, he just isn't a murderer. As the defendant says, the rule of double jeopardy is absolute. A defendant can never be tried twice for a crime in which he was once found innocent. Then, Masked Star to Mask is really innocent. It would seem so. For now. For now? Now then, this court finds the defendant not guilty of murder. Right? Wait. Hold on. Okay, so last time we played this, he was found not guilty of... Hold on. So last week he was found not guilty of stealing the urn because they thought it was the other guy. Right? Because the other guy confessed? And then this week he was found not guilty of murder because the other guy was found guilty of murder. Right? But... I guess that's double jeopardy if they want to say it's double jeopardy. This isn't so good after all. You see, the thing is, I'm still Masked Star. Okay, they don't even let me finish that. October 14th, 3:35 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 4. You did it, Phoenix. Thanks, Mia. It's been a long time, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because Maya doesn't call on me much these days. Oh? I'm just joking, Phoenix. Don't take everything so seriously. On the other hand, Maya, she seems kind of torn these days. I mean, about becoming the master of the Koran channeling school. Becoming the master means saying goodbye to our mother. Misty Faye, right? Watch over her, will you, Phoenix? Of course. Well then, see you around. Mia. Mr. Wright? I don't know what to say. Congratulations, Mr. Delight. Thank you so much. No, wait. Nothing really matters anymore, though, now that all of this is happening. Come on, just be happy already. Maya? You've been cleared of the murder charges and got off as Masked Star to Mask to boot. But in exchange, I lost everything. Huh? What do you mean? Stealing security information from KDB Security, becoming Masked Star to Mask. I did it all for one reason, for her. I mean your wife, Desiree. She hates criminals more than anything. Come to think of it, she was once held hostage by some robbers, wasn't she? She always said how she hated sneaky criminals. I knew that, but once I got fired from KB Security and lost all the money I had, she wouldn't have any reason to stay with me. I thought she would leave me for sure. So that's why you became Masked Star to Mask? Yes, but it's all over now. A broken bowl can never be put back together. It's not true at all, but okay. That's not true, right, Nick? Right. Really? Can we go back to the things? Can we go back to the way things were? You'll be fine, and Nick can prove it. I can? Kind of wish you would check with me first. Mr. Light, even if a bowl is broken, there's always a way to put it back together. Oh, I guess probably the broken urn? I'm guessing it's the urn.
Take that!
The sacred urn. Desiree was the one who found this. Desiree, your wife. She's always believed in you, Ron. That's why you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about anything. There you are. Miss Delight. You did it, Ronnie. You're innocent. I'm so happy. Thank you. I appreciate that, but, I suppose you don't want anything more to do with me, do you? Ronnie, why didn't you talk to me about what was going on? I had no idea you'd quit KB Security. I never imagined that you were really Master to Mask, either. Miss Delight, what are you going to do now that you know? You're not going to really leave him, are you? Come on, it's obvious, isn't it? How could I ever let a wonderful man like him get away? After all, my bike's really fast. So fast that there's no way he could ever get away. But didn't you say that you hated criminals? Oh, I only hate people who act all cowardly and sneaky. Like that detective. I see. My Ronnie went and declared his crimes before he committed them, like a man. So you can commit as many crimes as you want for this woman. As long as you declare them beforehand, it's fine. I'm gonna shoot you, and then you shoot them. It's fine. That's like a man. God. I just love a man who's so chivalrous. Chivalrous? I knew I was right about you. Every day I spend with you is filled with thrills and excitement. Desiree. Desiree, you really do love Ron, don't you? Nicky boy? Yes? I'm really glad I asked you to defend my Ronnie. Thank you so much. I'll never forget what you've done for us. Oh, well, take care of yourselves. You too, Nicky boy. Gulp. I can feel my face going red. Mr. Nick? Mystic Maya, congratulations. Gasp. Talk about bad timing. Mr. Nick, how could you? Another woman in front of Mystic Maya. No, you've got it all wrong. I'll never forgive you. Never, ever. Can we talk to her now, or what? Like, we seem to refuse to want to explain what a relationship is to a child who definitely needs that information. Just as my case came to a close, so too did my consciousness. Ron said a broken bowl can never be put back together. I know that's not true. I mean, just look. Here's a perfect example of one that was put back together even better than before. Don't know about that part. Episode 2, The Stolen Turnabout, The End. Oh my god, okay. Maya... Is this guy got a Dragon Ball Z Scouter on? What? What? Oh god. Oh god. I would have never, if you go back like, I don't, what, 7 months or whatever now, and you would have told me that this module would make me so angry all the time, I would have never believed it. I would have thought to myself, thank you for letting me know about that computer. I would have thought to myself, there's no way this module is going to make me this angry. It's just a bunch of weird logic puzzles. I would have never suspected. A brand new episode has been added. Episode 3, Recipe for Turnabout. I would like to save. Thank you. Okay. That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial. This case is extremely clear. I see no reason for misinterpretation of the facts. It wasn't me. I swear it wasn't me. The evidence and the testimony we have seen and heard are conclusive. The victim was alone at his table when he drank from the... No! You're wrong. I know what I saw. I saw. What? I saw someone else there. A man. He's the real killer. What? Why won't anyone believe me? Well, I'd say that pretty much wraps this case up, wouldn't you? Mr. Wright? This court finds the defendant guilty. This court is adjourned.
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about his power level? It's over 9,000!
Yeah, basically that. So great, we get to lose one off camera. We take a loss off camera. Got it? January 6th, 10:03 a.m., Wright & Co. Law Offices. Ah, the start of the new year always makes me feel like I can take on the whole world. I bet it does, Maya. So, I've decided that our resolution should be, Zavari, take on the world. What do you think? Sure, whatever, Maya. But I think maybe you've had more than enough mistletoe cake. Never. You've got to eat a lot of cake during New Year's. It's practically a tradition. Like watching the fireworks on TV or playing a board module. Hey, pal. Gumshoe, welcome. Detective Gumshoe. Happy New Year, Detective. Likewise. Now listen up, Wright. Here's another fruitful year of lawyer-police cooperation. Yeah, me too. Alright, pal. You've got some explaining to. Have you got a holiday present for me, Detective? A what? Well, here, have this. It's really nothing much, but... Yay, thanks. Look, pal, we need to have a talk. Take a seat. Hey, what about Pearly? You haven't forgotten her present, have you? No. I mean, yes. I mean, no. Are you doing this on purpose? Haha, guess I'm busted. How did you like my first practical joke of the year? Very funny, pal. Now, let's see how funny you think it is when I show you this. What is it? A magazine? Hey, I want to see. Deadly poisoning brings guilty verdict. Defense attorney Wright trounced. Trounced? Let me see that. The defense attorney gave an almost childish, immature performance yesterday. What the heck is this? It's a report, pal, about you. Listen to this. Mr. Wright must take full responsibility for the ruling in this case. Well, and you don't tell me you remember anything about it? But I don't remember anything about it. When was this issue from, anyway? December of last year, which I guess makes it last month? Which makes it old news, you mean? But I wasn't involved in a poison case in December. What? So what do you think this is all about, Nick? If it wasn't you, pal, then that leaves only one possibility. No way. You don't mean... A phony Nick? A faux Phoenix? This was Gumshoe's idea of a joke. Guess he's starting off the year with one, too. Magazine clipping added to the court record. So, what are you going to do about it, pal? What do you mean, what am I going to do about it? Well, it's your fault that the judge found the defendant guilty in this case. My fault? How do you figure that? Because the Phoenix Wright is super famous now. Maybe, sort of. Yeah, see what happens when your hot shots start getting too full of yourselves? I didn't do anything wrong. At least, not that I can remember. You're gonna make things right, pal, now. That means taking the case back to court. Got it? Sounds like we've got our first case in the new year. Let's tackle it with gusto. I don't know. The judge already issued a guilty verdict once in this case. It's not going to be easy to get it overturned. I guess that the New Year's resolution is going to have to wait until next year. So you're taking the case, right? Good. I'm going to head over to the courthouse now. After that, I'll go back to the precinct. Drop by if you need something, okay, pal? What? I guess people are starting to know the name Phoenix Wright. The client entrusted a case to me based on my reputation. I guess I'm kind of responsible? What? But why would someone want to impersonate me? What sort of a guy would do that? And why didn't anybody question that? Are we seriously going into the soap opera of Lost Twin Brother? Are you kidding? I don't think I've ever really bothered reviewing a module on Steam before. I'm gonna have to review this module at like a 1. I have to give this a negative review. I can't... I don't understand. How... There are 6 of these. There are 6 of these. There's these 3, plus a bunch of side ones that are like tie-ins with other things. And then after this, there's 3 more where you play as like a kid or something. How are these this popular? It must be something where like these are really popular with children. And like the kids just think all the funny like faces and the weird movements and stuff are just really funny. And that's why they play it? I guess. I don't know. Talk. What to do? So what's our first move? I guess we go down to the detention center and talk. Wait a second. This person's behind bars because of you. Whoever it is isn't going to be jumping at the chance to meet you, right? Hey, let's get one thing straight. It wasn't me. It was a fake me that did this. Wonder if he looks exactly like you. You're phony. Zin and off. I mean, I hope not. Shudder. Now what kind of name for an evil double is Zen Zoff? Zoff. Anyway. Oh, Nick, I've got it. If you're going to ask whether I've got a twin brother, the answer is no. Spoiler. Any ideas? Did you notice Gumshoe was acting weirder than usual, or was it just me? What do you mean? I mean, he was really worked up. Like a guy who's just found out he's going to be a dad or something. Yeah, I guess he was acting kind of strange. Maybe you realize he's got strong feelings for you, Nick? Considering how we interact, I seriously doubt that, Maya. Well, if he wasn't nervous because of you, then maybe it's because of our new guilty client? Okay... I guess we'll go to the detention center and meet whoever this is? January 6th detention center visitors room. This is so nerve-wracking, waiting to meet our new client. I wonder just what kind of person you tricked and got found guilty. Keep it down, Maya. That kind of talk could ruin me. So, wait. Maya somehow was not around through December, even though the last trial took place in December and she was there for all of that? Are they going to mention, they have to mention then, I guess, at some point that Maya was gone for like 2 weeks? And that's the only way that this makes any sense, that she didn't know? Since she hangs out and works with us every single day? How would she not know about this court case from a month ago? What? She lives with us. She works with us daily. Okay, I don't... Unless this... The only way that this is going to make any more sense is if it's going to turn out to be something stupid like this is a dream. Like this is a nightmare he's having, and that's why there's the double, and it's like the evil version of him inside of his own brain or something. Gonna talk and ruin me. Ah! How could you, Mr. Wright? How could you do this to me? Wait, is this that idiotic, like, bird girl from the second one? The bird cop? They put me in solitary. I haven't been able to stop crying. Aren't you... Yes, I am. I am totally and utterly let down. Ah, are you... But pretend you don't know me. It's me, Maggie. Remember? Maggie Bird. It is her. She quit the force to go do something else. I don't remember what it was. I guess it was apparently be a maid at a cafe. Maggie Bird. Ah. Why is she... Maggie Bird. She's the policewoman I defended that one time. She was accused of murdering her lover. He was a cop, too. What are you doing in here? Didn't I get you acquitted? Oh, sure. Very funny. After that 5th grade defense job, you come in here and start making jokes? Better hurry up and tell her what happened, Nick. What? Oh, I see. So that's where we stand right now. I'm sorry you've been caught up in another murder. My whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. I vaguely remember her saying the exact same thing last time. But I don't mind. What's one more disaster in my life? At least now the real Mr. Wright is here with me. I won't let the world keep me down, sir. Did you... So can anyone pretend to be a lawyer in this universe? Maggie Bird. So how come you're dressed like that, Maggie? Last year you looked so sharp in that police uniform. I was fired after that incident last year. What? Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay. I don't mind one bit. You were fired because someone accused you of murder? I enjoyed being on the force, but I think it was time for me to move on. You said the same thing last time. So, what do you do now? In the second act of The Life of Maggie Bird, I'm playing the role of a waitress. A waitress? Yes, in a French restaurant. It's a small place, but it's quite fashionable. My charming smile and shapely figure came through for me. Okay. We might be in a dream world? This is not how she talked last time. Like, at all. And she actively said that she was quitting the force because she didn't really like it as much as she thought she would. And the owner, Mr. Armstrong, hired me straight away, sir. And then you got into this mess straight away, right? Yeah, you could put it that way. There's something else going on here besides just the doppelganger thing. This whole mess started on the 3rd of last month, and it happened at Tres Bien. Wait, Très Bien? Is it Très Bien, like very good? Yes, it's a restaurant where good service and a friendly smile are always included. Oh. Well, there's the Dragon Ball Z Scouter thing. There were 2 men at the table, both drinking coffee. And then... one of the men slipped some poison into the victim's cup. The victim took just one sip and was gasping for air. I was so shocked I passed out. What? Hey, hold on there, Maggie. What? You keep calling the guy the victim. Didn't you know the guy who was killed? Not at all. I'd never seen the guy before. Oh. So she wouldn't have had a motive to kill him then, I guess. Yeah, if he's just a random customer in the place, and the other man, the killer, you saw him, right? Of course, a good waitress must be attentive to the clientele. So you saw the killer, but you were found guilty of the crime anyway? How come? You tell me, Mr. Wright. I guess the answer to my question is my phony. Anyways, you saw the killer. Better see if I can get a description of the guy. Guilty verdict? So if you saw the murderer, why were you still convicted? Because no one else saw. Saw what? The other man. The one who put the poison in the victim's coffee. Everyone testified that way. Mr. Armstrong, the customer, everyone. Wait, Mr. Armstrong testified that way. Mr. Armstrong... Wait, everyone testified that way. Mr. Armstrong, the customer. What? What? He was dead, though. The victim was sitting alone at his table the whole time. But how's that possible? I don't know, but nobody, not one person, would believe me, sir. Even Phoenix Wright, my one last hope for a fair trial, failed me. What a pathetic defense. My granny could have done a better job. Look, that wasn't me, okay? And then they found something a bit incriminating in my apron pocket. What? A small bottle of poison? What? Poison? It was in your pocket? Well, I passed out when the victim collapsed. The killer must have slipped the poison into my pocket when I was unconscious. And no one saw this other guy? No, sir, that's what everyone said, but I don't see how they could have missed him. This has to be supernatural. Like, this has to be, like, paranormal. Like, it has to be something going on in our brain, or, like, a dream or something. The other guy. I was the one who took the coffee to the two men. Oh, and what was your impression of them? Well, when I first saw them, I kind of thought they might be in the music industry. In music? How come? Well, one of them had some sort of earpiece and an emo musician's look about him. And the other was a sample CD on the table. And there was a sample CD on the table, sir. And an earpiece and a sample CD, huh? Did you get a look at the CD at all? It had a band's name written on it. I think it was MC something? They must have been preparing for their debut, I guess. So it was a band CD. Maybe a promo disc? Maybe it was MC Screwdriver. Get serious, Maya. Would you buy the CD of a group named that? Nug, what was the name of that group again? MC Hacksaw? No. MC... What about the killer? What did he look like? Well, I don't really remember. Only that he was a young man, well built like the victim, really. What? Okay, they're talking like this is a supernatural thing. Like this guy's gonna turn out to be a vampire or a ghost or some sort of monster. I mean, he halfway sounds like there's something from, what's it called? Doctor Who. There's a whole species of alien in Doctor Who that the second you stop looking at them, you forget they exist. And it's almost like what she's talking about? I don't understand. From the timber of the misattention, okay? Oh, yeah. I need to ask you about this. Hey, this is articles about my case. Can you tell me anything about the guy who was pretending to be me? Yes, sir. It was the morning after I had been arrested. Hold on. Oh, we're not on the list right now. Son of a... First of all, his hair looks completely wrong. I met you in the visitor's room here. You were wearing one of your super sharp suits. Me? Yes, you, Mr. Wright. Arg. Hey, Maggie. Was my evil double Ame... Ayam here, too? No, I don't remember a phony you, Maya. Oh, sigh. It would have been so cool. Then you got really worked up and passionate? I'm gonna get you cleared of this crime, you said. Cleared of this crime, you said. Okay, I get the picture, but you met me in person before. So how come you didn't realize that guy wasn't the real me? I guess looking back now, it was a little strange. Only a little? Well, okay, so you were a bit taller than normal, and you looked a bit shady. And your voice was a bit weird. Oh, and you had this kind of funny accent, and... So the guy was nothing like me then? But he had your spiky hair and blue suit. That's it. That's all it requires. Ika, if I shaved my head to be just like you and I put on some of your clothes, couldn't tell us apart. No difference between the two of us if I changed my hair and put on your clothes, Ika. That's the easiest way to pretend to be somebody else. You just take their haircut and throw some of their clothes on and you're good to go, team. It's that easy. Is that all it takes for someone to imitate me? How about everyone else in the courtroom, like the judge and the observers? Didn't they realize he was an imposter? Everyone had these big question marks on their faces. But it seemed like no one wanted to say anything, sir. This case just keeps getting weirder and weirder. Mr. Wright, do you think it's possible to get a retrial? Probably. The court ruled in the absence of a genuine defense attorney, so we should be able to get a retrial. Mr. Wright? Yeah? Do you think we'll win next time, sir? My life has been a full course meal of bad luck, complete with a defeat for dessert. So I was 6 months old when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building. I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test I've taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster. I even landed a phony lawyer when I had the misfortune of being accused of murder, the 2nd time. But I will survive because Maggie Bird always lives to fight another day. And one day I'll find it. Just you wait and see, sir. I'll find that one single moment of good luck. Arg. Zen FL is really gonna pay for this. What are you staring at me like that for? But Maya's right. Whoever it is that thought it was a good idea to use my name and get an innocent girl convicted of murder had better watch out. We'll find him, don't you worry. We'll get Zen FA for you. Thank you. Oh, I'll tell you where Tres Bien is. Alright, the restaurant where the murder took place. Yes, sir. When you go, please tell Mr. Armstrong I said hi. Sure, alright, Nick. Let's go check out this restaurant and its food. Okay, I mean, I don't have much else I can do. Well, let's go to the Criminals Affairs Department and see what's going on over there. Oh, they've added another one of the blue hedgehog guys. January 6th, Police Station Criminal Affairs Department. It's been ages since we came down to the precinct, huh, Nick? Looks like Gumshoe isn't around. It's got it so easy leaving everyone else to do the work. No, he's out there somewhere. My bet is on the courthouse. He's probably trying to arrange the retrial of this case. Guess that means we should go to the detention center and chat with our killer, huh? After being convicted without a fair trial, I'm not sure killer is the right label. Module, we already did that. I guess you're not smart enough to know. Okay. The module's not smart enough to know that we've already been to a place. That's kind of sad, but alright. Oh, I guess this would also explain why Gumshoe was so excited and worked up to get the case redone. Because he had mentioned that she was kind of cute before, the first time we did a trial with her. So maybe he was hoping that now that she's single, because her boyfriend died, that maybe he has a chance with her, since Edgeworth is out of the country again, because that idiot is an idiot. Ugh, January 6th, Trace Bien. Man, that's a lot of pink. That is a lot of pink. That's an offensively high amount of pink. Wow, look at this place. Look, more like smell. What is with the suffocating scent of flowers in here? And again, girls like that kind of thing, right? Actually, I'm not all that into it. Huh? No one's coming to see us. Maybe there's no one here? Don't be silly, Maya. This is a restaurant, and it's open for business. Hello, anyone here? I don't believe it. There really isn't anyone here. Perfect. Let's get intrusive. If there's no one here, we can take anything we want. Yeah, I suppose we can. We're gonna rob this place blind. Take that, idiots. Okay, first thing I notice is this paper hidden back here. It's a rack full of fashion magazines, and they're all in French. Why don't you try wearing something a bit more chic sometimes, huh, Maya? Yeah, I guess I could. I always in my acolyte clothes, aren't I? It'd be fun to wear normal clothes every now and then. Huh? There's something stuffed in behind the rack. Looks like a sports paper to me. Hey, and look at this. Someone scribbled a little doodle on one of the pages. MC Bomber? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. And also, what is this little doodle of Mask Star to Mask? $100,000? Maybe? I wonder what MC Bomber is supposed to be. I'm assuming that's the band. This paper. It's from December 3rd. This is paper from the day of the poisoning. What? Sports paper added to the court record. Paper from the day of the murder. This has got to be the clue. I should see if I can find out some more about this paper. Okay, the magazines. It's a rack full of fashion magazines that are all in French. Try. Yeah, paintings for frocks. I found this Point magazine rack earlier. I better try to find... Okay. Forme. In the restaurant front entrance, there's a sign hanging on the door written in French. Probably says open or closed. Must be one of the others, but I don't know which one. Since I don't know j'accuse about French. Okay, look at all the little trinkets tucked away in here. I bet Mr. Armstrong collected all these personally. Let's see, a bouquet of flowers, some potpourri, and look, fine bone china cups. I never knew you were so cultured. Come on, Maya, this is common knowledge. Any Joe Schmo knows this much. I mean, I know what potpourri is. I don't know about fine bone china, but that sounds interesting. Look, it's one of those magical boxes that spits out money. You know, you're the only person who would ever describe a cash register in that way. Fair. Okay, looks like that's it for this one. Wait. Oh, it's just the door. Okay. Okay. We'll ignore the obvious for the moment. This table's set nicely. It just needs a customer. What do you think this flower is, Nick? Let's see. Well, it doesn't look like a tulip, and it's not a sunflower, I don't think. Duh, even I could have told you that. Oh, those are the only kinds of flowers I know. Dagnabbit? I'm a lawyer, not a botanist. Dagnabbit? Haven't heard that one in a while. Wow, it's a beautiful winter wonderland out there. Really cool, I love snow. Let me see. Huh? It's not white. It's not even snowing. Got ya. I was only kidding, Maya. Nick, there are lies that are okay to tell and lies that definitely aren't. All I did was tell an itty-bitty white lie about non-existent white snow. And the fact that you two just walked in from outside was really telling, actually. What? Okay, whatever. I gotta keep moving. I can't be angry about this stuff. I'm gonna give myself some sort of problem if I keep getting distracted. This must be the table where the murder occurred. I guess so, with all this police tape all around it. And that stain must be from the poisoned coffee? Don't go licking the tablecloth, okay, Maya? Why would I lick it? I'm not a cat, you know. Why can I picture you doing just that? I don't know why you can do that, actually. That sounds kind of odd. Why can you picture her doing that? Phoenix? This restaurant has partitions that separate the tables. When you're seated at a table, you can only see the tables to your right or left. Oh, so there's more tables on the other side of the building? Huh. Okay. Am I missing something? Kind of figured someone would walk in and catch us looking around and then we talk to the owner. I'm assuming it's this guy, Mr. Armstrong. But nothing else seems to be triggering. Maybe I need to... It's measure third the day of the incident found at the Trace BN. So yeah, this is Mask Star to Mask. Ha 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 ha. We know about that. MC Bomber for 100,000 and then 500,000 over the bomb. Huh. Alright, I guess we're good to leave? I kind of expected something else would happen, but I guess not. Guess we can go back to the detention center. You know anything about this? Oh, a sports paper. Let's see. Did Gaston Braun manage to defend his heavyweight title? Sorry, Maggie, that paper is actually a month old. It's from the day of the murder. And Gaston got knocked out yesterday, I'm afraid. Oh, no. Found this paper in the magazine rack at Trace BN. Really? That's strange. Traceman doesn't get newspapers. Mr. Armstrong says he's not really fond of them. And maybe one of the customers left it behind? Anyway, what I want you to take a look at is this scribble here. Aha! That's it, sir. MC Bonner. That was the name of that was written on the CD. Just as I thought. I guess it wasn't MC Screwdriver after all, huh? So that 100,000 must be a down payment for a record deal, right? If someone gave me 100,000, I'd sing for sure. The Master Crane, or the Spirit Song, or even Maya's theme. I bet. Okay, that's good. Okay, Maya. So if the sample CD was on the victim's table, that means this newspaper may have belonged to the victim. You're right. So the victim left this behind on the day of the murder, huh? Well, or the murderer. I think we better step up the investigation, don't you, Nick? Step it up like how? Is this guy available now? Sure ain't. What? Oh, we had to come back, I guess. Okay, January 6th, Trace Bien. Ooh la la, bonjour. Welcome to Trace Le Bien. Oh, hell. What happened to Maya? She frozen stiff. Oh, that is... I don't know how I've... Okay. Can I get a... I need a second opinion. Ika, I know you're doing something. I don't remember what it was. Can you verify what I'm looking at? I need an adult. I need an adult in here right now. Benevue, welcome to my petite restaurant. Huh? Be a view? Oh no, my petite tulip. Tulip? Tulip? I guess it's tulip with an accent? This is aged badly. I don't know what this even is that's aged so badly. Like, I thought this was just gonna be his full chef outfit. I didn't expect the arms, like the armlessness of this outfit. Huh? Me? Look at this face. It looks like a kitten rejected by its own mother. You are fatigued, non? Olurs, you need this. An aromatic bath oil melange of La Neroli and La Rose. My personal recommendation. It's probably more French Cajun, like Cajun French, than it is French French. But I don't hear a lot of French accents, so I'm doing my best here, people. You think I need what? Oi, oi, just add a couple of drops of this mixture to la bathwater and voila. It will smooth your body and your mind. It's simply fantastic. Really? And for la monsieur? Who, me? Look at that face. Like la puppy rejected by life itself. You are fatigued, non? For you, monsieur, I recommend this. Oil of bergamot. And maybe an hint of oi oi. What? I will add la peppermint and la calorie sage for a fragrant exceptional. Such an invigorating recipe will bring your delicious beauty, no so? My beauty? Of course, it will be seated if you will bring la special menu today. Actually, we're not here to eat. We're lawyers? Mais bien sûr. I knew this already, monsieur. You are La Phoenix, right, no? Yes? You know me? Yes, oi oi. I never forget a man who flirts with me, especially in court. Man, whoever our doppelganger is really threw us to the wolves on this one. This is amazing. I guess he was cross-examined by our mysterious Zahn Effo. Looks like everyone to do with this case knows who I am already. I wonder what sort of impressions Zahn Effo have been leaving on people, don't you? Allow me to introduce myself to you again. I am Jean Armstrong. Enchanté. What is this character supposed to be? Like, is this supposed to be some kind of weird take on French? Is this supposed to be, like, an incredibly offensive take on a homosexual? Like, what? I don't... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Alright. Tres bien? So what does tres bien mean? I know tres, that means 3, right? No. Tres bien is Francis. In English, you would say very good. Ah, I called it. I got my French right. How I know that, I have no idea, but... Oh, very good. Oi, exactamente. La atmosphere in tres bien, la cuisine is tres bien. The food's so good, why aren't there any customers in here? Well, there was a murder yesterday. Well, I guess it was a month ago. Wait a second. Wait, if the murder was a month ago, why is there still police tape here? Why is this still a crime scene? My cuisine is not for all. Some people, they do not appreciate la hot cuisine. I thought everyone liked hot cuisine. Since I've already lost Maggie, I do not have enough ons. So you're running this place on your own now. Oi, for la moment, no one has answered my advertisement. Oh, pour moi. Please don't eyeball me while you say that. I am la chef, I am la manager. I am also a trained aromatherapist. What? A practitioner of the aromatherapy, la art of soothing la soul with the delicate floral aromas. Delicate? The smell coming from that bottle earlier was anything but. Okay, what happened? So could you tell me what you know about the incident? Bien, it makes me sad to remember it, yet I remember it so well. More than a month has passed since it's happened. This man is all of the above? Okay, yeah, I mean, that's probably fair. I guess it has been about a month since Maggie's sentencing. So, it was the 3rd of last month. Just about 1 in the afternoon. A man was in for coffee suddenly became ill. Because of the poison in his coffee? That is the truth as I know it. It was Maggie who took his drink to him. I was in the kitchen. I heard the sound of someone collapsing. When I came out to see what it was already slumped in his chair. He was dead? Mon Dieu! Oi! It was dead! Maggie had passed out also. And this man who died, was he alone? Oi, monsieur. All alone. I know that Maggie said there was someone else, but... I see. Also, wouldn't he know that she took 2 cups of coffee out to the table instead of 1? Or tea or whatever? La police, they asked me many times. Are you sure there was no one else at the table? They asked. But I am not the only one. The old man said the same thing. Old man? What old man? What old man? So who is this old man that you mentioned? At the time of the murder, there was another customer in there. What? Someone else saw it? Moss, oi. As usual, he came alone that day. At the time of the murder, he was here. He saw it too. But they said the same thing, that there was no one else at la victim's table. Maggie swears there were 2 people. Mas, mademoiselle la lawyer, he could not prove that's none. About the lawyer, that was me, I suppose? Is that mas bien, sir? Wow, he's the first person who said it wasn't me. Don't kid yourself, Nick. Who's the one making stuff up? Okay. You know anything about this? We found this sports paper in the magazine rack here. One of my customers must have left it behind. Do you have any idea which customer it was? The only ideas I have, mademoiselle, I save for my kitchen. Okay. Anything about this? I'm not a lawyer myself. Oh, I am not a lawyer myself. I do not wish to speak out of turn. But your defense in court is that day was a little, how do you say, lacking. Perhaps. Sigh. Even a Frenchman who cannot speak any English could have done a better job. You were very cool, though. Oh, oi, oi. So handsome. Wow, I wonder just how bad the defense could have been. Every time you opened your mouth, the whole courthouse stirred. Oh man, that is something I don't want to imagine. Okay, I guess that's it. We already examined everything, I guess. Unless there's something I'm missing that's, like, new. No, it doesn't look like they added anything. I'm just confused on why this is still a crime scene a month later. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, I can't do anything new with that. Let's see if Gumshoe's out here. No? No? Huh. Oh, you know what I gotta do? I just realized what I messed up on. Hold on. I gotta present him her file, I bet. Maggie was a policewoman once. Nasset Pass? Yes, but she had to quit for reasons beyond her control. Oi, oi. She was a lost suspect in la murder investigation, no? Oh, you know about that? That is why I gave her la perfume for la happiness. Happiness perfume? Oi, blended from Bagarmoot like I have given to you before. But she's been arrested again. And found guilty this time. This is true. Her natural aroma of unhappiness must have been very strong. Just a minute, your perfume doesn't work. I'm not surprised she was la prime suspect. After something like that took place before my very eyes. Something like what? What's this guy talking about? Does this mean Maggie did have a motive? I've got to ask this guy for more info. Stat. Maggie's motive. When Maggie took the coffee over to the victim, did anything happen? Oi, oi. I suppose you could say that, or say so. So what happened? None. It was nothing. Look, Maggie says she didn't even know the guy. But she's still being indicted for murder. Prosecution must have come up with some kind of motive. Oi, it is true. If there was anything at all between if it was anything at all between Maggie and the victim, it could be relevant. So please tell us anything you know. Okay. Psylocke. No way. What are we gonna do, Nick? We'll just have to remove. What the? What's wrong? The Magatama. It's gone. Huh? I had it in my pocket, but it's vanished into thin air. What? But I could see the Psylocke. Maybe that means the Magatama's nearby? Mr. Armstrong, could I just confirm something with you again? The table where the victim was sitting. Was anyone else sitting there? That is the question you will have to ask him yourself. Huh? Him? The old man spends all of his time dans la park. La park? Oh, a park. What park's that? By la restaurant. It is called Vitamin Square. Vitamin Square? Why does that sound familiar? Thank you. Javos N3, my dear. I don't know what that is at all. Let's go check out this Vitamin Square right now, Nick. So we're missing the Magatama. I didn't even realize it was missing, but yeah, I guess it is. What could have happened to it? I'm assuming someone pickpocketed it off of us? If the guy was able to pickpocket poison onto Maggie Bird, I guess he could have pickpocketed the Saitama or the Magatama from us or whatever. Vitamin Square. Oh, okay, it's a bunch of... I guess that's why they call it vitamin, is like vitamins from all the fruit? January 6th, Vitamin Square. So this is Vitamin Square. I guess it's Vitamin Square. Yeah, I see where they get the name from now. The fruits scream vitamins at you. What was vitamin? Hey, Nick. That's the guy, right? Isn't that the old man Mr. Armstrong was talking about? That grouchy-looking grandpa? He's throwing seeds out for the pigeons. Nah, he's not throwing seeds for them. He's throwing seeds at them. Oh my god, what is that? What is this guy? Huh? Hey, Ika. I hate to bug you again. I know you're in the middle of winning the Grand Prix and all that, but, can I get your take on what this guy is? This episode has a lot of really messed up things in it in regards to people. Huh. Ugh, my grumpiness threat level has just been raised to red. His nose is a tomato? Maybe that's why he hangs out in Vitamin Park? Hi. Excuse me. Would you mind if I add a word with you? Yes. I just want to ask you a couple of questions. What's the matter with you? Can't you see I'm busy? So you don't like seeds? My seeds, pigeons? He's really chucking those seeds at them. That's gotta hurt. Go on, eat this. Sigh. Let me present him. Hold on. Job listings. Hold on, let me examine the area first. I used to love sandboxes like you wouldn't believe. Really? You? Sure, finding iron filings in the sand with a magnet was my favorite thing to do. Iron filings? Wow. It's too exciting for words. It's my ambition to collect every single shred of iron in the sandbox. I was such a kid back then. So did you manage to get all the iron? No, I never did. I think I came close, though. Come to think of it, I still have all the iron filings I found way back when. You want them? No. Pigeons? Hey, look! Pigeons! Yeah, and heaps of them, too. You know that pigeons are a symbol of peace? It's a dove, not a pigeon. Pigeons are a type of dove. Poor things. So they can't be symbols of peace and harmony just because they're gray? Is that it? You're overthinking this one by just a smidge, Maya. Job listings. Oh, there's a magazine here. It's a magazine full of job listings. You're discussing rogue picking up something someone else threw away. Threw away? Did you throw this away? Are you looking for a job? Huh? That's none of your business. Alright, I guess I'll just take the magazine with me then. I don't want anyone else having it. Give it back. Too bad. Now that you want it so bad, I don't want to give it up. Picked up from a bench in Vitamin Square, thrown away by the old man. Hey, that's mine. Looking at this orange reminds me of what? That you're supposed to eat a lot of them to ward off colds in the winter. Can't have fun during the holidays if you're sick in bed, you know. You don't have to tell me twice. I assume that means Phoenix Wright likes himself some fruit. This place is so fruity. It's not a bad thing. Besides, I love apples. They're among my favorites. Then that apple slice is perfect for you. Oh, the apple slide is perfect for you. And what is so perfect about it? Oh, come on. Don't be a stick in the mud. Slide down it a few times. Go on. Woo! No way. I'd be covered in sand if I slid down like that slide. Anyone could see that. Yeah, you're right. Otherwise, I'd give it a try, too. Oh, there's not even a thing. I thought there was another, like, area to go to, but I guess that's it. Alright. Here. Check out this. Excuse me, sir. Could I just ask you about this? Sir. Here you go, boy. How does pigeon feed sound to you? This wasn't exactly what I was hoping to get out of this guy. Okay. Maggie Bird. Excuse me, sir. Can I ask you about Maggie Bird? I don't know any Maggie Bird. Yes, you do. Maggie.
Let me guess. Someone stole your sweet roll.
What? Welcome, Zet770. No one's stolen our sweet roll. Someone stole our identity and pretended to be us in court and got an innocent person found guilty. That happened. But welcome, Zet770. Yes, you do. Maggie, the waitress at Tres Bien. It's a disgrace, I tell you. An utter disgrace. A disgrace? An innocent young girl revealing herself like that? Revealing? You mean her uniform? The youth of today, they don't have any shame. No shame, I tell you. Not 1 ounce. Whatever happened to the old Bushido values of Japan? Like honor and modesty. Is this guy a weeb? Same thing. What? Sweet roll? Oh, and identity. So, I love this, actually. So, if this was set in Japan, this guy would just be old-fashioned. But the fact that this set is set in Japan, America, means that this guy is a weeb instead, which is actually even better. The Bushido values of Japan, like honor and modesty. What about me? I'm not wearing anything revealing. You? The problem is you lack any sense of grace. Talk about hitting a girl where it hurts. Tres Bien. Do you go to Tres Bien a lot? That miserable excuse for a restaurant? That garbage they serve in there is not food. Where's the sushi? The tempura? The rice? Wow. This guy is straight up of now
emotional damage.
100%. 100%. The rice. Tres Bien is a French restaurant, sir. Where do you think we are, boy? In Paris? I want real food, not those snooty snacks. What about those shameless girls? You mean the waitresses? You can see all the way up to their yes, the waitresses. They're practically naked. It's a disgrace, isn't it? Well, isn't it? Listen, it's not my restaurant. It's a miserable excuse for a restaurant, that place. Miserable. He certainly knows the place. He must be a regular. If he hates it so much, why does he keep going? Tres Bien regular. Are you a regular at that restaurant, sir? If you dislike it so much, why do you keep going there? Sir? There you are, you filthy pigeons. You want food? Take that. He must be hiding something, right?
That man should be arrested immediately.
Probably a little bit. If he is, I should be able to use a Psylocke or two. Oh, wait. I don't exactly have the Magnetama right now, huh? Remember, Nick, that Magnetama is only on loan. You better find it or else. If Girls ever gets wind of this, I'm going to be in a world of pain. Alright. Arrested immediately. Stephen A. Smith, huh? You know anything about this? Excuse me, sir. Could I just ask you about this? Huh? Sir? Here you go, boy. I need some pigeon food out of you. This is exactly what I was hoping. Okay. Do you know this person? Excuse me. Oh, let's throw more seeds at me. You know anything about this woman? No? Oh, they're still listed in here. A protester trying to mystery. Seems to know me somehow. But is that 770? How are you doing? Hopefully you're having a good Sunday afternoon. I'm getting personally very angry with this module.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby, the person at this computer is dead.
Okay, thank you. Oh, what's that module called? You're doing dandy? That's good to hear. Oh god, what's it called? I can't remember what that one's called now. Yeah, the Stanley Parable. The Stanley Parable. Yes, thank you. The Stanley Parable. Yeah, the Stanley Parable. Yes, thank you. Alright, so you don't seem to want any of the stuff I have. What you saw. Excuse me. Would you mind what I do? What's the matter with you? Can't you see I'm busy? My seeds and pigeons? Does he want, like, food or something? Okay, Z70, you're a reasonably intelligent person, I would say. What do you get from this person? They're French. They're a chef and a restaurant manager. What do you think of this person? Can I present? Oh, he's not in my list. Wait, the old guy didn't get put in my list? What? Can I present? Yeah, he's not in my list of stuff. Oh, wait. Do you know this? Maggie. Oh, are you looking for some part-time work, Maya? Why don't you take a job at the restaurant? I bet Mr. Armstrong would hire you. Really? Me? It's pretty cool being a waitress, you know? And in the kitchen, you'll get to see all of the chef's greatest secrets. What secrets? You can't make it obvious, but just spy on him for a bit. You'll see. It's interesting. Wow, I can't wait to get my apron on now. Oh, okay. Is that an option? Is that a thing we can go do? Is that what I'm missing? I guess that's what I'm missing. Okay. About the French cook? Yeah. Sound effect can relate? Oh god, everyone
I want to die.
I take it you're not a fan of the design, eh? So wait, can I present Maya then? Ooh la la. You have such a pretty smile, my petite tulip. Who, me? Oi, the smile is the most important thing for us girls. N'est-ce pas? N'est-ce pas? For us, okay. Okay. Sure. If you want the jaw air, it is yours, precious. Can I talk to you about this? No. How... Oh wait, job listings? Mademoiselle. Yes? Are you looking for a law job? What? No, I was just... Let me see. Your style is on peu different, but you have a good face. Different? Feliciations. I don't know how to even pronounce that word. You have passed. I will hire you. Ben, come with me. I will teach you everything I know. Oh god, this sound effect? Uh-oh. Brace again, everyone. There's a second one coming in.
I order you to kill yourself. Do it now.
Wow. What is that from? Sounds like a Rick and Morty quote. Nick, help! I don't know whether to laugh or feel bad for Maya. Maybe I should do both. Okay. What do I do now? Nah, it's from the classic films? Oh, it's an old one then, huh? Huh. I order you to kill yourself. I don't know what that would be from. I'm not familiar with it. Are you, like, more willing to talk to me now that she's gone? Excuse me, sir. Can I just ask you about... sir? Here you go, boy. Pigeon feet down to you. Okay, no? That's not doing me any good. Maybe we go back to the detention center? Ah, okay, we need to go back here. Like Rush Hour? I mean, I guess that's a classic film. I mean, it's not that old, but I guess it's a classic film. That's what, maybe 20 years old? I don't remember when the first one came out. It's been a while, though. January 6th, detention center visitors room. Looks like they have Maggie in questioning. I guess I've asked her pretty much everything. I'll come back if there's anything else I need to ask her later. Oh, okay. Criminal affairs, then? Ah, okay. January 6th, police station, criminal affairs department. Well, pal, have you found the evidence yet? The one that's gonna find her innocent? No, not yet. We've only just started our investigation. Well, whatever you need to do, I'll give you the dirt on it. Well, whatever you need to know, I'll give you the dirt on it. I'm putting off all my other cases for now, pal. I'm just really fired up about this. Oh yeah, one more thing. The retrial has been approved. Court sitting at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Godot's gonna be the prosecutor. Oh, him? Now listen up, pal. If Maggie's found guilty again. Yes? I'll make sure you get locked up for good. You got it? Why are you so worked up? Why? So the guilty party was Maggie Bird, huh? Yeah. Back when she was on the police force, you were her mentor when she was a rookie, right? Yeah, I kept a close eye on her. I mean, not too close, you know. Hey, what's with the funny looks, pal? I want
problems, always!
What? I want problems always. I mean, that's what Gumshoe is. He is a walking problem. I was just here. I was just her. It wasn't anything like... Look, sure, I was her boss when she was doing her training. But that was it. Nothing happened. Gumshoe sure is sweating up a storm over nothing. So that's it. Our big old Gumshoe has a little crush on Maggie. I don't like her or anything. Wow, the Tsundere line, eh? I was arg. Note to self, gossip with Maya about this later. Look, pal, don't tell anyone, okay? You've got to keep it in secret. Got it? Got it? Sure. Would you mind not guessing what I'm thinking all the time? Hey, tell your face, pal, not me. You don't have to be blind not to see what's on your mind. The victim? So, I was wondering. Did you fill me in on the victim? Does he just wear the Scouter all the time? I guess it's just a fashion accessory. Glen Elg. Glen Elg? Glen Elg sounds like a D&D character I would come up with. He was a computer programmer. I see. A programmer? He was just a regular Joe working for a small-time computer firm. Maggie never had any contact with the guy before that day. All she did was take his coffee on the day of the murder, pal. Yeah, Maggie also claimed to have never seen the guy before. Did the victim go to the restaurant often? Not according to the chef. It was the first time he'd seen the guy. Programmer, and a first-time customer at that. What possible reason could Maggie have had to kill a guy like that? Oh no, what did I find? Third wave incoming. Everyone brace. Had a reason to kill a guy like that. Also, it's from the Phoenix modules? Oh boy. But there's no voice acting in this.
Can it me?
What? Can it F me? What? How is that from Phoenix Wright? What? Huh. I don't know what that's from, but I don't know how that has anything to do with Phoenix Wright. That's what I thought. But a motive was still somehow established in her trial. You're kidding. What was her supposed motive? Sorry, pal. I'm really busy. I haven't even got enough time to sift through these papers. Look at it yourself, okay? What does motive have been? This anime, I guess. Oh, is there like a... There's probably some kind of weird knockoff anime that's Phoenix Wright adjacent. The investigation. This isn't really a proper investigation. I'm kind of working on it by myself. Oh, I bet it's kind of one of those things like, is this going to mess up my trial? Can it F me? Like, can this F up my trial sort of thing? And I'm working on it by myself. Oh, that's right. The judge already ruled on the case and all the evidence is in already. The only problem is with the Maggie's testimony. Yeah, doesn't sound very good for us, huh? Look, pal, I've got a mountain of papers on this case to look over before tomorrow. So I'm just gonna say this. Maggie Bird's no liar. She's... Okay, so she's a bit out there, and a bit off base sometimes. But she was a good cop. That's not exactly complimentary, you know? So what do you think really happened? And just how contradictory is her testimony? Could be, yeah. Again? Again what? I found Phoenix voice actor said this.
Is there a good place to kill myself around here?
I mean, he might actually say that. If they're making an anime version of this and it's a little edgier, he might actually say that. He talks about how stressed out he is and stuff during the trial, so he might actually say that. But I mean, if it's just his voice actor, that might be out of context completely. Contradictions. The biggest problem with Maggie's testimony is the number of people at the table. Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Maggie still insists there was another guy sitting with the victim. Right? But get this. Everyone else in the place says the guy was alone. Even the chef. And then there's that CD. CD? Oh yeah, she did mention something about a CD. And there was a sample CD on the table, sir. But our guys turned that place upside down. There was no CD. What? Not on the table, not anywhere in the whole restaurant, pal. Didn't Maggie say that the victim was wearing an earpiece, too? Yeah, but that was for the portable radio in the front pocket of his hoodie. A radio? He didn't have a CD player? You got it. Your phony never explained that contradiction at all. Come to think of it, the owner of Trace Bien didn't mention that CD either. I don't know why, but I get the feeling Mr. Armstrong's got something to hide. Well, not exactly, but is in also anime, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, in the anime version, it's probably just a little edgier. He says some weird stuff in this, but usually it's pretty toned down, but if it's an anime, I could see it being more adult. Mr. Armstrong's got something to hide. That is a little strange. You know anything about this? What's that? A sports paper? Yeah, I found it in the magazine rack at Trace Bien. Dated the same day as the murder. You might be onto something. And took a look at this. See this writing here? MC Bomber. Hey, what is it? I've heard that name somewhere before. Yeah, MC Bomber. Wow, he actually seems to be thinking for once. It's no good. I can't remember. And he goes back to being the gumshoe we all know and love. Hey, pal, I'm gonna borrow this paper for a bit, okay? I want to get a handwriting analysis done on this scribble. Handwriting, huh? It'd be good to know more about that in any case. Thanks, pal. I bet this will turn out to be an interesting clue. Sports paper given to Detective Gumshoe. I guess. What about this? What do you make of this? Sorry, pal. All I can think about is Maggie at the moment. No, I didn't mean it like that. I meant... You don't have to explain, really. I think you gave me this, right? I wasn't at the trial myself. SpongeBob disappointed. But I asked this one detective I know how your defense was. What did he say? He started off by saying, I'm at a complete loss for words. They must have found some quick because he went on about how bad you were for an hour. But he said you sucked so much, it seemed like you were trying to get Maggie found guilty. Looked like I was trying to get Maggie found guilty? Okay, so that's what I'm thinking, is they keep showing the outline of the potential other guy as having the same spiky hair. So I'm guessing he pretended to be us and then tanked the case on purpose to get her arrested. So he would have an, like, you know, the investigation would end and he'd get away with it. And he's actually the murderer. Alright, so... Oh, we got a thing. The victim was a programmer. Maggie had apparently never seen him before. You know anything about this chef? The chef of Tres Bien, huh? You know what the chef said to me? Ooh la la, your body is full of toxins. And then he gave me this bottle. What's in it? I don't know. The label says juniper. I'm under orders to put a few drops of it in my bath every day. Under orders? Yeah, you know, there's something about that lady. I mean, guy? Huh? You can't stop thinking about him? Not like that, pal. Give me a break. He's not my type. I mean, I can't stop thinking that he's involved with this case somehow. Seems like he knows a little something more about our charming chef. Okay, see, that confirms what I've been saying since basically the beginning of this. That Gumshoe is bi, and he had a relationship going on with Edgeworth. But Edgeworth's out of the country, so now he's trying to get with... He's trying to get with Maggie Bird
Stop
again.
it. Get some help.
What? I've been saying that since the very beginning. I've been saying that since the beginning he was bi. It's not bad. It's just they're doing a very good job of representing it if you know what you're looking for. Oh, the charming chef. We can talk about this now. So what exactly is that caught your attention about the chef at Trespien? It's, kind of hard to say. The guy's probably not even connected with the case anyway. Hey, come on, detective. Didn't you say you've given me the dirt on anything? Well, this sort of stuff is kinda unimportant. Gossipy stuff, you know, pal? Look, how about this? You go to Trespien and investigate the place yourself. If you find out anything suspicious about the guy, you report back to me, okay? Don't suppose I get a choice in this, huh? So I better find out more about the chef and Trespien and report back to Gumshoe. Okay, presents... Maya? Hey, so how come she's not with you today? She's working down at the restaurant right now. Working, huh? Yeah, it's tough being broke, I would know. Okay. Next time I see her, I'll show her how to make the world's best instant noodles. We low earners have to stick together. It's the only way. Why is he shaking my hand with such enthusiasm? Do you know anything about this guy? That's the guy who's going to be the prosecutor in Maggie's retrial tomorrow. Oh, really? He was working on a bunch of more important cases at the moment, but he canceled them all just so he could take you on, pal. Why is that guy so determined to see me fail? You sure attract a lot of attention, huh? Too bad it's all the wrong kind. It's definitely the cowboy guy. It's definitely the cowboy guy, and he wants revenge for us putting him away or whatever. It's probably why he wears the face mask and changed his hair, is so he can pretend not to be that guy. Not so he doesn't look like him, you know? Alright, so... where can we go now? Okay, they're not back yet. Let's go to Trespien. Okay. Trespien it is. January 6th, Trespien. The scent of flowers sure is strong. It's almost making me dizzy. Hello, random character who is going to attack us in Codelica on Thursday. What are you doing here? Hello. Or maybe he's actually
Cyclops. Hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
What? He's retired from superhero life? That would be the weirdest twist. And he's decided just to take us on personally for some reason. Like, that would be a fine backstory, but why does he hate us so much? What did we do to him to, like, upset him? Thanks for checking up on me. I'm still a piece of garbage. Wow. Who was that just now? A customer? She had some sort of a dark aura about her. Ah, welcome. Ben-a-vu. Wow, what a cute voice. Oh, it's just you, Nick. Maya? Well, how do I look? Maybe you should quit being a spirit medium.
Why?
Why? Why what? Maybe, but it's kind of boring being a waitress. I mean, you're my first ever customer. And who was that woman I just saw? Oh. Since you're here, you might as well have something to eat. Huh? I am kind of hungry, actually. Maya? Oh, she's... So, God, it's kind of actually weird to explain. So, the former waitress who worked at this restaurant got accused of murder and was put in jail. Well, it turned out there was something wrong with the trial, so she's going to get a retrial. So Maya came here to get a job as the new waitress at this restaurant, and this is her waitress outfit. It's a kind of a maid thing since it's a French restaurant. Alright, waitress? So how do you like your new job, Maya? Never knew there was so much... I didn't write this. I'm just telling you what they're doing, alright? Thank you for taking involvement, Kronk. I never knew there was so much for a waitress to do. Take people's orders, bring them to their food, make coffee, work the cash register. Of course, we need a customer before I can do any of that. Yeah, it's a nice looking restaurant. It's a shame more people don't come. Don't forget about the ultra cute waitress. Check out my give me a tip smile. Is that what this is? It kind of looks like if you don't give me money, I'll stab you, which I guess is kind of the same thing. Lunch special? Hey Nick, why don't you order something? The chef's preparing a tasty lunch set at the moment.
What do you mean by that?
What? What do you mean by that? What? I mean, if that's her smile of like, give me money, it looks a little aggressive, alright? How much is it? It's the twin tea set, so it's $20, of course. The twin tea set, I believe. I'll be taking a pass on that. It's kind of expensive. What? Well, you can't. Come on, Nick. It's not every day I get to be a waitress. I want to try carrying plates and work in the cash register. About cleaning the toilets. That should keep you busy. Yeah, right. Maybe later. About the lunch. Oh, a fine choice, sir. No, Uh-oh. What's happening? Kitchen! A lunch special, please! With all the extras. Drink, salad, side salad, dessert, and gift. I don't need any of that. Just a moment, please, sir. You don't really have a choice in this, Phoenix. Just sit down and accept your fate. Maya's really getting into this. So how much is that set lunch then? $20, huh? With a drink, side, salad, and dessert, it's $45? Hey, wait a second, Maya. Sorry to keep you waiting, sir. Here you are, our deluxe Fortify lunch set? Whoa. Edition inspired by lobster and Abilene fricassee with a balsamic vinaigrette. Bon appetit. Thanks? Come on, Nick. Hurry up and try it already. Lobster, huh? Alright, down the hatch it goes. You should probably chew it. You're not a bird. Erp. Well? Are you hungry, Maya? I'm starving. Here, it's yours. Really? Remember, Maya, my wallet doesn't print money, so you better polish off that plate. I just remembered. I've got to clean the toilets. Hey. Can't be in that much of a hurry to clean the toilets. Trespian lunch special added to the court. What? Trespian lunch special costs $20 despite how unbelievably bad it tastes. Twin what? It's the twin tea. It was the twin tea sets for $20 as their lunch special. Apparently it's lobster? I don't know. I don't understand. And I don't know why it's a set. I guess because it's two of them, technically? How does that guy manage to make a good food taste so bad? Hey, Nick, you want to take a peek at the kitchen? The kitchen, huh? Not a bad idea. I thought it was a 9/11 joke because of the name. My God, I hope not. This doesn't feel like the kind of module that make a joke about 9/11. Twin tea, I assume it's 20, like $20, and that's why it costs 20 bucks. But they call it the twin tea because it comes with like 2 dishes or something. I think it's a 20 joke, not a 9/11 joke. A lot of restaurants sell their food as sets. Oh, congratulations, Dicka. You've just revealed my dirty secret that in Japan. Okay. Well, that's less of a secret. I was gonna say you've revealed my dirty secret. I don't eat in fancy restaurants. I'm poor. I grew up poor. I have never eaten in like the fanciest restaurants I've eaten in is like a Cheesecake Factory or like the Elephant Bar or something. Like I've never been to a fancy restaurant. Oh, I take that back. I've been to one fancy restaurant in my life. Yeah, your dirty secret, you've never been to Japan? That's technically not a secret, I guess, but I've been to one fancy restaurant in my whole life, and it was called Fogo de Chao. It was a Brazilian steakhouse where they do the thing where you have your plate, and then you have a little red and green circle on the table with you. And what you do is if it's green, they'll bring you whatever food they have ready. Usually some kind of steak or meat or something. And they'll put some on your plate. And as long as you leave the green up, they'll keep bringing you food until your plate's full. Or you flip the thing over to red, and that means you're done. And then they'll have like a little bar you can go up to get like breads and salads and stuff. It was very fancy, but it was very expensive. That's probably the fanciest place I've ever gone to get food. And it kind of turned into a debacle, but it wasn't terrible. It was just a weird night. Family restaurants in Japan do that. Oh, I had no idea. I cannot say I've ever heard of that before. Kitchen. Now what is it that Maggie said again? In the kitchen, you'll get to see all of the chef's greatest secrets. In the kitchen? That sounds tasty. Hey, wait up. Maya! It's basically just the same as getting a combo. Okay, that makes sense.
Cheese.
I mean, Ika would absolutely eat a combo of cheese. I'm not as big a cheese person, but Ika would absolutely positively eat a whole pile of cheese. 100% would cheese out. What is it? I'm pretty busy right now. Weren't you going to show me around? Tisk, there goes my plan to find some cool clue and show it off in your face. I'm gonna conduct the search in the kitchen myself. Alright, so can we move to the kitchen then? Or... I can. Okay, cool. Getting X entree with a drink becomes an X with drink set. With soup becomes X with soup set, etc. Oh, gotcha. I guess that makes sense since it's a set of things. And a set can be like 2 or more. Oh, this looks actually pretty reasonable. Other than all these crazy things back here. January 6th, Tres Bien Kitchen. And here it is, the famous Tres Bien Kitchen. My first time in here too, actually. There's a weird atmosphere in here, that's for sure. What? Oh, Floppy Penguin with the raid. Welcome, raiders. Welcome, Floppy Penguin. How you doing? What were you up to today, Floppy Penguin? Or is this Advanced Lamp? It's always a fun surprise to find out who's in charge of the raid. Is it the Floppy Penguin or is it the Advanced Lamp? It's apparently the Advanced Lamp with a shout out of horse. It's usually the Advanced Lamp. What were you doing there, Advanced Lamp? It's me! Oh man, Advanced Lamp. We gotta find the chef. Wait, is the chef one of my lists? Oh god. I gotta show you this full-sized version of this guy. It's me. Because I'm not lazy to not raid. What? Zane doesn't know how to raid, so it's always horse setting up the raid, even if Zane streamed. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Fair enough. Player on Twitch keep freezing on me. On my side. Oh no! Is your internet being stupid? What on is this Kirby wannabe chef? Yeah, basically. Everything in this place is pink. It's a little too much. Nah? Well, hopefully you get it figured out quickly. Mr. Armstrong will be back soon, so we better search quickly. Chop chop. Alright. So, what do we got going on in here? Now I know I'm in a French restaurant. I've never heard of most of these seasonings. Hey Nick, this container has oyster sauce. What's that? Isn't that used in Chinese food? Yeah. Isn't it? Ah, look, right there on the counter. Oh, it's my Magmatama. What's it doing there? Yes, I was streaming Lego. My sister found me a set to build, so I wanted to do it on Twitch. Ooh, what kind? What was the set? What set was it? What indeed? Magmatama put it in a pocket. How did it get in here? Now I know I'm in a French restaurant. Oyster sauce? What's that? Is it Chinese food? Look at these knives. They look really sharp. I'd like to see how one of those slices through a cheesecake. A cheesecake? You don't exactly need a sharp knife for one of those, Nick. Hogwarts Transfiguration class. Well, that sounds pretty interesting. It's also inside a book like a Polly Pocket. Oh, that's cool. So it's like a big book and then everything's inside of it? Oh, that's nifty. That's a pretty fun one. What are these lace curtains for? I don't know, but they give the place a real homey feel, don't they?
You're a wizard, Harry.
Yeah, he is. Now, I just picture a horse walking around Hogwarts, like taking classes and stuff. Just up there with your hooves out, trying to cast spells. Naminosa, trying to like cast spells. It's like a hand-sized book, really cute looking. That sounds pretty cute. Lace curtains. You know, if I was cooking a pot, I'd be perfectly happy to sit on a shelf under those. How do you respond to something like that? I wish. Yeah, that would be hilarious. Oh man. Oh wait, what is this? What's this? It looks like a treasure chest or something. Wow, look at all those little bottles. Oh, they're aromatherapy oils. He's got so many, they're overflowing onto the floor. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 98, 100. They're all the same, too. Hey, wait a minute. What is it? There's one bottle that's different from all the others. Well, what do you know? And it doesn't have a label either. And sniff, it doesn't smell. So what's that liquid inside then, I wonder? Hey, Nick, we should borrow this. I mean, look how many bottles he's got. He won't miss one, will he? Found in the kitchen, shape is different from the other bottles, contents unknown. It's green! It is green. It kind of looks like a nail polish bottle, but I don't know. It might be more important than that. Okay, what's this? Now this is one large mirror. I bet this is where he makes himself look pretty. There's a book on the dresser. Clarice Armstrong's Bedtime Literature. Clarice Armstrong's Bedtime Literature? Not exactly Pulitzer Prize material, is it? It's like a collection of poems he's written. Poems? Cool. Read one now. Say it in your best French accent with intensity, okay? That's what I've been doing this whole time. Okay, here's one. It's called Printemps? Wait, Printemps? Printemps. The two of them like actors from a film. The coffee still undrunk. Sweet nothings over too soon on that sad Sunday morning. The foolish cocktail, so delicious. Take this last zip of your tea and I know what I will do. I must lie to you. I must. Green bottle of love juice. It's probably poison, to be honest with you. It could be important, but nothing's more important than the friends we make along the way. Well, that's what Maya basically is. Maya and Mia. Though Mia, I guess technically we met in college. Huh. That's it? Yep, that's a poem for you. Yeah, poetry is weird, team. I never got it. Probably why I don't like music that much is because it's just like poetry with a beat. That smells good. Something's bubbling away nicely in that pot. It must be the lobster and albaline friesca with a balsamic vinaigrette. Isn't that what I just ate for lunch? Maybe? What you ate is the only French dish I know the name of. Okay. Maya Mia? Yeah, Maya Mia. Maya ha? Maya ho? Maya ha ha? This restaurant is a money laundering front with a poison side job on top? I think so, actually. I think you might be right. It definitely feels like a front or something. It definitely feels like a front or something. There's something weird about this restaurant, 100%. Because it seems like he's doing fine financially, but he has no customers ever, so there's got to be some other way he's making money. Alright, let's move back up front. Okay, can I present this to you? About this. Sorry, Nick. Waitress now. I got a pile of work waiting for little old me. Okay. Let's move back to... Actually, can we go back here and maybe give him some food? Wait. What is this? Wait, whose is this? Is this Lot of Hearts? Is this Lot of Hearts thing? This is Lot of Hearts, isn't it? The old guy's not here anymore. Drat, and I still have some unanswered questions for him. What is this? What is this? No, examine. No, she had a car, right? A scooter, huh? Who'd leave it right in the middle of a park like this? The wheel guard and the lighter are busted. I guess it must have been in an accident? It's totally wrecked.
I liked it.
I liked it. What? Oh, what is that guy? Is this the son of the head of the police that the other guy who was a demon?
Nani?
Hey, what do you think you's doing with my bike? No, I was just... You's been messing with my new ride? Is that what you's been doing? What are these accents? New ride? Isn't that kind of an old... Gwar, you're gonna pay for this. Wait. Even when he used the one to tap my saddle and stuff, huh? Wait, is this the guy? Remember,
Sir,
she said he had a weird accent.
I will kill your wife. I will kill your son. I will kill your infant daughter.
Wow, that is messed up. I don't know what that's from, but that's messed up. This is him. This is the guy. He's got our spiky hair. He kind of vaguely looks like us. He's got that weird accent that they were talking about. They said he looked weird and shady. He's got this extra scar. This is him. Oh, that's Breaking Bad? Oh, see, I never really watched Breaking Bad. I think I only saw, like, the first season. Couldn't get into the show. Hey, who's this one that covered my saddle in garbage? Huh? War, you're gonna pay, you catch my drift? No, wait a second. I'm not a pigeon, so I couldn't have done it. A wise guy, eh? Oh, God. I had to beat you so hard it'll feel like you were smooching the express train. Uh-oh. You better watch your back. This ain't over. I'm gonna round up a group of lawyers and then you's gonna pay. Actually, I'm a lawyer myself. What do you say? I'm Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. Phoenix Wright? You saying use Phoenix Wright? Yeah, I am. So you a wise guy too, huh? Because I'm Phoenix Wright. I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! This had to be the fake Phoenix Wright. He's got a better ride than Phoenix? That's true. Phoenix doesn't have a car. I just realized that dragon looks super derpy. Yeah, he does. I'm Phoenix Wright, the one and only. What? Out of my way. I gotta cruise. He's gone. Surely that guy wasn't my phony, was he? He wasn't anything like me. Guess I better make a note of the scooter. Ridden by my phony, the wheel guard is all smashed up. You should probably call Gumshoe and be like, hey, I just ran into the guy who's pretending to be me. Stealing your identity is a crime that you can report to the police and have them investigate. Scooter added to the court record. Pathetic. Oh, it's you. A few threats from a little brat like that, and you look like a pigeon that got seeds in its eyes. Have you been here the whole time then? I was in that strawberry. I had some thinking to do. Well, like he had some cowering to do. That's pretty good, actually. Well, phony theme song from this sound effect. Yeah, that's a good one. Trace being regular. Are you a regular at the restaurant, sir? Huh? It's just that if you dislike it so much, why would you keep going there? Huh? Sir? There you are, you filthy pigeons. You want food? Ha, take that. Ah, we got our Saitama back so we can do this stuff again. Fun. Man, Advanced Lamp, I was really trying to show you the crazy chef guy, but I guess it's not going to come up. I know this old guy has got something to hide, but what could it be? Are you interested in this food, perchance? Excuse me, sir. Could you just ask you about this? Oh, sir, here you go, boy. Some pigeon feed sound to you. Wasn't exactly what I was hoping to get out of this guy. It's alright. Yeah, man. Just next time, I guess. Alright. I guess I can try this and see if it's gonna work. Oh, that's right. I gotta present. I forgot I gotta present it. I gotta present the Saitama or it won't work. Save. Go back to the top. Thank you. Okay. Let's see, regular restaurants. Okay. Let me hit him with the Saitama. Wait. Oh, I have to present it? No, I never. Take that! This guy with his freaking cherry nose. Trace being regular. It's time you told me the truth. Why are you a regular at the restaurant?
All right, then keep your secrets.
No, we're trying to get his secrets. He doesn't get to keep them. Isn't it obvious? People only have one reason to go to a restaurant: to eat. To eat? Is that the whole truth? What do you mean? I don't think you got to the restaurant for the food at all. You insolent brat, how dare you accuse me? What proof have you got? You can tell that you're not anyone else in the world would go to that place where it's food, because its food is terrible. The proof is in the pudding. Or in this case, the lunch menu. That's the twin tea set. Food at Tres Bien is terrible and expensive. You're wrong. It's cheap. Huh? I'm rich. I inherited money when I was a boy. Yes, I'm stinking rich. I haven't done a jot of work since I was born, other than feeding the pigeons. What a load of crock. The taste, another story, but the price, it's nothing to me. You're saying that you go there because you've got money to burn. Exactly. I have so much cash, I go for a swim in my money vault every day. Fortunately, that's a lie. What? You don't have money to burn? You're flat broke. Because you're looking for a job. This is yours, right? My magazine? How would a rich retiree be looking for a job? I was... Arg, so what? So I was looking for a job. I'm buying a lot at the moment. I need spending money. Oh? I don't go to the restaurant for food. I just go for the... Java... What? Javachino? Yeah, I think you mean a cappuccino. Anyway, how much does a cappuccino cost there? $8. This had better be some golden beans. What's your problem? You think a poor man would be better off drinking dishwater, do you? Is that it? No, I wasn't thinking that. I was wondering if the coffee there is really that great. No, it's not. But anyway, yes, that place has free newspapers to read every day. Newspapers? Exactly. They don't want me hanging around at home, so I go there. I'm sorry, sir, but there are no free papers to read at Tres Bien. Someone had mentioned that. It's got to be her, right? Yeah, it's got to be her. Well, you like seeds, do you, boy? Sorry, you like them so much. What? Ow. Okay, places free newspapers to read every day. Newspapers, exactly. So, I'm sorry, sir, but there's no free papers to read. What? Huh? She specifically mentioned that they don't have free newspapers. $8 for a cappuccino. And chef, a witness in the case who is also an I don't know. I guess I must be missing something? Huh. Well, I mean, I guess it's this magazine? Well, you like, no? No, he's just hitting with the bird feet again. Huh. Yeah, we must be missing something. That's weird, because we know that we were told that they don't carry newspapers. They only have magazines. It's a rack full of fashion magazines, and they're all in French. All the clothes in these are absolutely atrocious. Some of them have been circled in red. I really hope Mr. Armstrong is not thinking of buying those. Huh. There's a bunch of little trinkets on a shelf by the door. Mr. Armstrong collects all these personally. Really tight behind the cash register counter. Can Mr. Armstrong even get in there? But he got in. Could he get out again? Maybe you could get a newspaper? The fact that there isn't any newspaper? Yeah, literally. Hold on, let me show you. So when we were talking to this lady about a magazine, we found a newspaper with sports stuff in it. And she specifically told us, like, oh, yeah, this must be from outside because he doesn't keep newspapers because he doesn't like the news. He only has magazines. That's why I presented her in that conversation, because she specifically said the opposite of that. There aren't free newspapers here. I did. I presented the magazine and the job, like the job listing magazine, and both of them didn't work. Or the chef? Maybe it is the chef. So Mr. Armstrong must be a pretty big neat freak. He already has this table ready to go. Now, if only the food in this place was edible. This must be the table where the poisoning occurred. The stains tell the story well. The whole area is still corned off with police tape. I guess it must still be under investigation? It's very unlikely at this point. Maybe what I need to do... Let me talk to Maya and see if... Oh, she's not here. Where did she go? If he hates news? Yeah, maybe? Oh, she's here. She's here. Oh, we didn't add him to the... What about this? About this? Sorry. Nothing. Okay. Now, we don't have the old man in the listings either. Hold on. Let me try this one more time, then. Okay. Is this his first Wednesday? No, it comes back. Fudge. I was hoping I could skip it. This is the place for its food, because its food is terrible. Flat broke because you need a job. Okay. Free paper to read because the chef. Oh, you're like, nope, it's not the chef either. Anyway, yes, the place has free newspapers to read every day. Newspapers, exactly. So I go there. Oh, sorry. There are no free papers at the Read at Tresbrienne. I've apparently never seen him before. Yeah, I don't know. We don't have anything else to present, so we must be missing something before we can talk to him. Driven by my phony, the wheel guard is all smashed up. Huh, yeah, we must be missing something. Alright. Well, we're gonna have to figure that out, I guess, next week. Huh. That's... Well, we have this one still, so... I think that's the last one. Yeah, that last one's right there, so... Nothing's changed. Yeah, we must have to do... We probably have to wait until the chef comes back. And then we probably have to talk to him about something, and he'll mention that he doesn't like the news. And then he'll present us with, like... French magazines will be joining the list or something. And that's why he doesn't know about the newspaper that we found before. And then we can present the newspaper to... Or the magazines to him or something like that. That's my guess, anyway. Okay. Yeah, I know. That's fine. Oh, I forgot. I forgot this is busted, so we have to do it the hard way. That's fine. Whoop! Alright. Let's get me out of this. Alright. Well, I continue to scream at this module, which I guess is fine, but... I don't know. I don't understand how there's, like, 8 of these. 6 in the main canon, and then, like, 2 official, like, side stories, plus, like, a bunch of, like, tie-in ones. I don't get it, but I guess if everyone else enjoys it, everyone else enjoys it. So be it. So be it. All the lurkers, of course, thank you. You help the Twitch world go around. We always appreciate you around here. Anybody that checks the VODs on Twitch or checks the VODs on the YouTube repository, thank you. Those numbers help keep me motivated. They have spiked back up a little bit. At the beginning of December, for some reason, they like completely dropped off, and then recently they've started to come back a little bit. So I don't know what happened, but I mean, I'm happy to see that people are interested again, I guess. Yeah, we've also got, remember, a special event coming up on January 1st. We're going to be doing the group search'em, starting about 8 a.m. And then when we finish it and or about 6 p.m., we're going to roll over to the Discord and we're going to do the Princess Bride. We're going to do a watch along of the Princess Bride over in the Discord. Search them in Twitch Discord event for the Princess Bride. Just because there's so many people here who haven't seen it, and they're making references from the movie that they haven't seen. So we need to fix that problem. We need to rectify this problem. But I think that's about got it. Everyone, you have a good rest of whatever you're up to. I hope to see y'all back on Tuesday for American Truck Simulator. We'll be exploring the highways and byways of the Midwest to Southwest of the United States. Yeah. I think that'll be about it, everyone. Again, hope you all have a good one. Hope to see you all back. And yeah, I think that'll be it for me. Let me, yeah. Bye. See you later, Advanced Lamp. And yes, we are logging off. Oh, it's an XP shutdown. I was thinking that was logging out of AOL. But yeah, that'll be it, everyone. Bye.